Hi everyone. Hey, sorry for the wait. My camera was giving me some issues, but thanks for joining me. All right, cool. We're just gonna make some games today. I started my stream a little early today because I was kind of working on this anyways, and why not be on stream? So thanks for joining me. Let me just get a couple things set up here, and we'll kick right off. All right, we're making some Rocket Rumble today. We're continually working on our new level, our new track called Caustic Canyon. If you haven't joined us before and you're curious what I'm doing here is I'm just working on a new track here in Unity. So I had this white box I've been replacing over the last few weeks with this level here. Oh. So let me run through the level again for you if you haven't seen it. Oh, I didn't check if my audio works. One sec. Box I've been replacing over the... All good to go. Sweet. Guys, happy Easter, everybody. It's still Easter Monday, so if you're still celebrating Easter, happy all of that. Lots of eggs and chocolate and such. All right, so yeah, we've been kind of doing this for a little while. I've been leaving this beginning part alone for a little bit. I kind of started in here, but I'm going to be reworking some of the tracks over here too. And we've been primarily working on this stuff here. So I've been adding a lot of these little decal type things to the ground here just to decorate up the track. And so we kind of did this last week. And I actually started doing some more off stream just to kind of continue working stuff because I'm trying to get this done for our next beta. So we're getting pretty close. We have a bunch more stuff over here. I made some of these tubes, kind of pipe railings on the side too, just to give the level kind of like a bigger feel to it too. So, all right, this is Dave. If you haven't met Dave before, we actually have a finished version of Dave, but we haven't put him in yet. So, well, he's not rigged and animated yet, but the model for him is finished. So. We'll get there eventually. Anyways, I'm just going to jump back in here. I've been working on this section here with these little magma pillars. Just been adding a lot of this stuff here. So I'm just going to continue working on that. If you have any questions about what I'm doing or, you know, just want to bring stuff up, just let me know. Happy to chat about whatever you like. All right. So yeah, I kind of finished up to here. I actually haven't played this in a little bit, so let me see if I can boot this up here and just give it a go. Bum, bum, bum. And now we wait. Waiting is what we do here. Ba-ba-da-bum, bum, bum. So that takes a little while. I haven't played today yet, so sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Shut down some of the stuff I have in here. A bunch of Google tabs open. I'm sure that's not helping. I have 3D Max open too. We've been doing some modeling as well. I don't know if I have anything else really left to model, but well, I do. Just I don't know if I'm going to be doing any of that today. So, all right, Caustic Canyon. This level was actually just recently named by our community. Getting some errors here. Bum 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 bum. Oh, do I not have Steam on? I have Steam on. Oh, it might still be loading. It was. So hopefully it didn't listen to my not play button. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, it's doing a big one today. Just close down Max for now. We won't need it for a little bit. Drink some coffee in the meantime. We got lots to do before we're going to get to some more modeling, so. Bum, 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 bum. Ruh-roh. Oh, it's going. All right. Just give me a moment here. It's a little slow in the editor, especially if I'm streaming. It doesn't like it for some reason. Oh, my OBS preview is probably on as well. Let's turn that off. Definitely doesn't like that. There we go. I don't know why. It just doesn't like when it's being mirrored. Doesn't like being watched. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my character didn't spawn correctly. Maybe this is broken now. Okay, I guess this is broken. Never mind. I thought this was working. It was last week, but maybe we could play it from the menu later. Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. Let's just get back to making some art. This is all kind of decorative stuff anyway, so it doesn't like affect gameplay in the sense of like collisions and things. It affects gameplay with like you know, telling people where to go and what to do, and you know, I'm trying to put these hazards around certain things to kind of signal what's going on, but you know, it's not a huge deal. So. All right, 1 second here. Just make sure nobody's asking me for stuff at work. Forgot to open up my Discord earlier. All right, yeah, so we got these numbers. So these little pillars here, these are like magma pillars. So I've been kind of surrounding them with some hazardy type lines and doing all that. I actually did something kind of fun today. I adjusted the animation a little to include some lighting and volumetric lighting in here as well. So let me get the animation controller up here. I'll kind of show you how that's working now. So I guess I have to change this. These ones probably don't work. Damn it, I forgot. Well, it's okay. It's a good time to do that now. So I'll show you how these ones work here. These are the ones that work. So there's these little plates here, and if they're surrounded by like a hazard kind of signal, that means they're hazardous. So what happens is, I'm scrubbing through an animation right now. First they open up, and you can still drive over them when they're just kind of open, but it's to show you that like, oh, the magma is opening. It's gonna come out soon. And so you see here I have a light that's actually animating coming out and kind of increasing in intensity and volumetric volume as well. So it's going to kind of plume up right now. Now right now this is just like a cylinder that goes up off the screen. I'm going to make this look a little prettier later on, but I'm not overly concerned about that right now. And then it opens for a few seconds and then goes back down, and the light turns down as well. So it should be a nice little effect. It already looked kind of cool when we were racing, so I think with the extra lighting and volumetric stuff, it should look pretty cool. So okay, so I added like a ton of this stuff over here just to you know, make sure it looks okay. Make sure this thing's not in the track. It keeps looking like it's sinking in there. All right, so yeah, we're in here. We're going to do our spiral tunnel. We have this fun little tunnel that players can go through, and then we continue on here. I added some of these pipes last time too, and I've actually made some new models to kind of cap these off recently, but I haven't added them in yet. So let's just go bit by bit. I'm just kind of working. Oh my God, on the track as it goes. Oh, I got flipped around. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're entering here. Now you see here, this track here is just clean. It's got nothing to it. I got a bunch of these cubes here, still kind of supporting the track and whatnot. I don't need these anymore. These are just to kind of visualize some supports and stuff like that. So I'm going to just delete those because I'm going to add some real supports soon. Oh, there we go. There's another another one. Okay. So, I have these pipe things, and I have a couple different kind of models I've made for them. I made these little pipes that go downward, and then I've also made, where are the other ones? These caps here that go outward like this, so they kind of, you know, escape this and continue on there. So I might actually just use these guys as my support beams and then just do some fun stuff with them. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move it along the track. Now, we're using like a spline system for our track, and so a lot of these things here are actually placed on the track. So I'm going to just date and 0.79. This is just to kind of move it more or less to where I want it to be. Now it's kind of cool. This thing has like these little handles I can visualize here. One second here. Where's my tunnel? Just gonna hide some things here just to speed things up. Items I don't really need to see right now. Lights. Mining tech. So I'm just gonna hide a lot of this over here because doesn't really concern me right now. Now it's gonna make my lighting look crazy because it's gonna be outdoors, but that's okay. Actually looks kind of nice, but obviously not what we want. But I just kind of want it out of the way, just so you know, I can see what I'm doing, right? All right. Bum 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 bum. Where were we? Okay, so yeah, we have these guys here. Now I'm going to need my spirally tunnel back soon, just because I got to find a way for these things to actually connect. But, yeah, oops. Now, because my range here is super small, it's actually kind of hard to move these normally, so I kind of do this stupid thing, which is dumb, but it works. So I'm just going to kind of place these every so often along this track here. I ate a lot of chocolate this weekend. I hope you did too, if you can. My kids had a ton of chocolate too, which was fun and wild. Okay. I know this looks crazy when I do this sometimes. These guys are pretty stretched, eh? It's probably because the tunnel's a little swirly. There's at some point, you know, there's just not much we can really do to avoid some of the stretchiness here, but it's okay. Alright, and put one at the end here too, just for good measure, right after the checkpoint. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It's getting to have a lot of assets in this scene. Oh, I guess this one's after the tunnel, so that's not very helpful. I guess this will be the last one. Oh, that's okay. This one can be the caps there. 3 is a good number anyways. All right. Cool, 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 cool. How does this look here? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, got a little break up there. What I could do too is, just for fun, I do have this yellow metal that I'm using on these guys here. I could throw it onto some of these tubes as well, and then have them connect to that. You know, they're very different scales. it's all good. Hey, Average Gamer, how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. How was your weekend? I didn't get a chance to be online too much this weekend, so I don't know if you were playing or streaming much, but I'm a space wizard. Oh, thanks. How's it going? Sometimes I'm a space wizard. Is there any books that are like Lord of the Rings but in space? Is there space wizards in any sort of fiction? I feel that's like a genre that's been overlooked. Possibly. Like imagine, yeah, writing a story that's like a mix of, I don't know, not Star Wars, but like, I guess Dune. No, I guess Dune doesn't really have wizards, but it feels kind of mythical. Gideon the Ninth lately, which is a lesbian space necromancer. That's amazing. Is that like a game or a movie? Oh yeah, you were moving, eh? Yeah. You all done with that now? That must be a relief. I hate moving. I've had to move a lot over the last like bunch of years, and it stinks. It's a book series, cool. Gideon the Ninth. That's awesome. I'm gonna write that down right now. Gideon the... Did I say Ninth? Assuming the Ninth? Jesus. The Lock's Tomb, #1. Cool. Man, I used to read so much. I feel like I just haven't read. I used to read like almost every night. And then I kind of like fell out of it for a bit for some reason. And I don't know why. And I miss it. I miss it. I just feel I'm like too tired most days to like sit down and read anymore. But it's like a stupid excuse. Back when like Harry Potter was out, I was reading like no tomorrow. Yeah, there's definitely some Space Wizard Star Trek. They definitely go to some like mythical places. I just feel maybe that's like a game we could make sometime. Like Battlestar Galactica meets Lord of the Rings, or like I don't know. What else is cool? Yeah, you know what? I really do have to do that. I think I tried at some point. I got Audible, but I think it's hard to work sometimes and listen to books, even though I watch movies, which I don't look at them and I just listen to people talk, which is like the same thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I should definitely give that a try again. It is the way. Yeah, there's just so many books I want to read, and I don't know. Yeah, I just always forget, or I don't do it. And it's so sad. I got, what was the last series I got? Oh, what is it called? You know the movie Annihilation? I got the first book, which I think is also called Annihilation, or it's called the Annihilation series. Anyways, I like love that movie, and I've been always wanting to read the books, and I got like a chunk way through the book, and then I don't know, just gave up or something. Sometimes it's hard with kids. It's always my excuse. I just blame them for everything, but yeah, I don't know. Doctor Strange for Marvel is pretty comparable to Space. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. That's a really good call. Doctor Strange is definitely a space wizard. Even Tony Stark calls him a wizard in the movies, right? So that is a good call. Did you guys see the trailer for Loki that popped like yesterday or today or whatever that was? It looks awesome. Like, it looks like it's going to be a fun show and stuff, but like visually, oh my god. It looks really, really good, especially for a TV show. Not that I'm really surprised, because Marvel and Disney have just been like putting all their money into the TV show stuff, but the first board game we made that we're looking to publish actually about Space Pirates. Sweet. Space Pirates is an excellent combo. Firefly and I don't know, just any space pirate stuff is just awesome. Space Pirates is just like a match made in heaven, though, right? Just, you know, instead of the ocean, it's space, and lots of places to rob and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Cool. Yeah, Loki looks really good. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been really enjoying the Winter Soldier TV show too, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if it's more of that, I'm going to be pretty happy. Gonna move my ribs around. Right, where are we here? Oh man, I made a board game about shoveling snow. Did you really? That's so Canadian. That's amazing. There's just a game that got announced the other day, or maybe today. I saw the thing on the Canadian Game Dev Twitter account. Oh, what's the game called now? But it's a game that takes place in like Eastern Canada. Canadian game. Oh, I wrote Canadian Game Devs. Jesus, Game Dev. It is called Moonglow Bay. Moonglow Bay. Did you guys see this game? This is pretty sweet. It's sorry for a little distraction here, but I was happy to shout out to some Canadian devs. Yeah, it's like a fishing game about like Eastern Canada and stuff, and it's all like I don't know, like voxel kind of art. Yeah, looks kind of cool. Check it out if you're interested. I'm into Falcon and the Winter Soldier right now. Yeah, we just watched. Well, I watched the last episode yesterday. Me and my wife started watching it, but she fell asleep, so I didn't realize until the episode was over. So now she's got to catch up. I don't think she like loves it. She likes it. She really liked WandaVision. I don't know if this one's like too serious or too espionage-y for her or something. Oh yeah, I guess those ribs wouldn't line up. Dang. Oh well, that's okay. I'll find a cool thing to do over here. Yeah, always on the lookout for some Canadian games. Not that there's a shortage. I mean, Canada has some ridiculous amount of game devs kicking around, so it's not like, oh, you gotta support that Canadian game dev industry or it's not gonna make it. It's doing just fine. And that's just like indies too. The AAA industry in Canada is friggin' huge as well, so. What is this thing doing? This thing's kind of squished too. That's okay. This stuff doesn't have to be super accurate. As long as it looks kind of okay. Yeah, it definitely seems like it, eh, with their shows. Like, it seems like each show is it's like its own genre and thing, which is cool. I'm glad they're just like, well, whatever. Each show is going to be treated on its own with whatever, you know, rating and quality needs to have. Because like Winter Soldier is like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like it's bloody, it's deadly, like it's not a kid's show. And I mean, WandaVision had some dark-ish stuff too, but it was a lot more, I don't know, PG than this one. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they're okay with doing that. And then yeah, Loki just looks crazy good. Kind of surprised actually. I thought it was going to be cool because of all the, like, you know, tripping around the multiverse and stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of interesting. So Oh man, this spline thing really warps these meshes like crazy. That's okay. When you're going really fast and around a spiral, I don't think anybody's gonna notice that my stuff looks crazy. And if it does, this is part of the aesthetic, you know? You know? There we go. Loki or my level? Because I agree with both things. Cool, yeah, this level's coming along. I just really want to finish it, you know? But also, I don't want to because it's like a fun part for streaming. Because if I start over, then it's like the boring stuff for streaming where I'm just like thinking of ideas and trying out white boxy type things, which I guess is fun, but I don't know, this one's just easy to stream. I just sit around, play some pipes, no big deal. Hello, how's it going? How's work and stuff? I'm at your level, but yeah. Cool, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. This is I've always wanted to make like a Mario Kart type game, and this is kind of our version of it in a way, right? Where we get to make tracks and stuff like that. I'm a huge Mario Kart fan, so it's been kind of cool working on racing type stuff. Oh yeah, that's cool. How's the documentation? I mean, it's always kind of like the start of it. I think I've mentioned on my stream before, but like when I started at Silicon Knights, like the first stuff I ever did was just like reading about Viking mythology and stuff like that, which is kind of like the internal documentation for that company at the time. But yeah, you gotta like fill out all your stuff and get to know all the systems and things. Even like when new people start with us, like some of the first things we get them to do is just like, hey, just spend like, you know, a few days looking at the code or the structure of the game engine and just like learn to open things and figure out where stuff is. I don't know if that's the kind of stuff you're doing, but stuff's a pain in the butt too, and I mean, I don't know, you have to do it as well, so. All right. I've been still trying to get my hands on a PS5. It's been a nightmare. I really wish I just did it in the beginning. I was just like, whatever. I mean, I don't really need one right now anyways, but I've just been playing PS4 games anyways, but they're all like PS5 compatible, so I've been holding off on playing Cyberpunk until I get a PS5 though, because you know, obviously runs better. Basically just do's and don'ts for making maps. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's cool. They have good documentation for that stuff. I always feel I'm always terrible at providing that kind of information for people. Like I kind of have like a meeting with them and stuff, but I never like document it well enough. But I guess like the game you're working on is like pretty huge, so they kind of have to be sure about what they're presenting and like what their team members are doing. Uh-oh, saving. Okie dokes, we got some pipes over here. Let's see how this looks. This looks kind of cool. Oh yeah, that'll work. It's actually kind of neat having the like little things coming off of there. Cool. Oh, you're building it. Oh, okay, that's funny. Just working on. Oh, I see. Okay, you're working on the document, like you're actually making the documentation. Oh, that's cool. Are they planning on like bringing in a lot more people? Is that why? Like they need somebody to kind of like understand the game really well and do the documentation part of it, so when new people start, they kind of are like ready to go and stuff. Okay. Let me get my sticks back here. I have these little stickles that you avoid. They're not really set in stone. Why are they white boxing? These little guys. They're kind of here just for fun. Oh yeah, that's cool. You know, especially like you guys are all remote, I'm assuming too. B, can I just call you B? B's Rabbit? Am I saying that right? I don't know if I can use your name. Yeah. So especially when you're remote, like it's hard, right? Because like if you're in the office, you just turn around and be like, "Hey, I'm working on this map. Like, what should I look out for? And what do you want or not want or whatever." But when you're remote, like sometimes it's hard to get a meeting with someone or just like communicate some of that stuff. It can take a lot more time. So I think documentation is good. B works. Sweet. B's Rabbit. Like it. Yeah, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm always impressed by some companies' level of documentation. Like they really understand, what they want to tell people and what needs to get kind of explained and told and stuff like that. So I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes I kind of just don't think about things, especially when you're a small dev. Like when I'm making this level, like I'm not thinking about writing down the stuff I'm doing because I don't know, I'm just like figuring it out, making a level. And if, like we have other people making tracks too, but they'll kind of just make tracks and then we'll play them. And then if something isn't good, then we'll kind of tell them. But I don't know, we don't really have like make sure there's no, I don't know, these kinds of corners. I mean, I guess we do kind of have some ideas of things we should and shouldn't do, but I don't really document those really well. Like some of the things we've kind of discovered. We have 4 different time zones across 6 people. Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's hard. I mean, most of us are Eastern or like super Eastern, but like Maritime, but is it Maritime? I think it's just called Super Easter, right? I think that's what they call it, Super Eastern. And if you're still here, RSVP, that's what you guys call it, right? But yeah, no, that definitely gets to be tricky. Bum 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 bum. Wait, I probably still want to flip these. No flip this. Which way am I going with this? Oh yeah, okay, still 180. Let's do something like that. Extravagant Easter over here. It's pretty good. Yeah, we missed the opportunity to have an egg celebration here. We do lots of egg talking, and we just missed it. We just didn't even think about it until after. It's a real shame. Real shame. I did. My wife set up a really good thing for the kids. Well, the Easter Bunny did, but yeah, they had a lot of like chocolate and Easter egg hunts. They're little guys, so they got distracted quite a lot. Every day is an egg celebration. It's true. It's true. Especially if your chickens are producing a lot of eggs, then every day you wake up, bam, eggs. Bam, more eggs. Too many eggs. Sometimes you get an egg surprise where your egg has 2 yolks in it. It's crazy. What's the deal with that? Let's relax, chicken. Let's do 1. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of making some cool shapes. So the kind of rule of thumb I've been using for this factory level here. I'll kind of talk you through that a second here. So is 2 yolks like twins? Yeah, I think they're like twins, right? Yeah. Yeah, just none of them ate each other. Resorbed. Mama would hide chocolate all over the house, and months later we would find melted melted puddles of brown is nothing you ever want to find in your house, especially when you have children. So my wife has, yes, yeah, still has. We just haven't seen him in forever because of COVID. We have this friend, and she's been like friends with him since like forever, one of those like childhood friends. And his mom used to buy him and his brothers like actual gifts for Easter, right? Like video games or whatever, right? Which I don't really do, but you know, whatever. But yeah, no worries. It's the average gamer. Thanks for stopping in, man. That's awesome. So she used to buy them like real gifts, but hide them like really seriously around the house, and never give them clues, like ever. Like if you couldn't find it, you're just not getting your video game, and that was it. Like they had to scour the house, and like she was telling me like they would, like yeah, like a month later be like, oh, I finally found like whatever Donkey Kong Country and whatever, and she's like, oh, good, about time, and like just no forgiveness, no anything. Just yeah, you don't find it, you don't find it. You gotta try harder. And I appreciate that a lot. I like it. All right, so yeah, kind of what I do for this level is I have yellow lines. So anything that's yellow usually denotes there's like hazards going on. Yeah, I know, I really liked it too, right? So yeah, yellow I usually put around hazards. So if it's like a really hazardous area where potentially there's something bad going on, I'll either surround by yellow or like try and point away from it. Or sometimes point towards it, like, oh, coming up here is bad times. And then I have these little black lines. They're actually blue, but they're metallic, so they kind of need lighting to shine properly. But anyways, it's kind of for like fun effect. And then I'll signal those around areas that are safe. So whether a player actually gets that or not, I try and kind of use it in that kind of capacity. And then I'll usually even like point to areas that are safe. So like I kind of made little arrows going out to the side here. So if you take these top ramps up here, there's no hazards up there. But if you go down the center, then there's hazards. So again, whether players actually understand that kind of stuff, it doesn't, you know, I don't really care. These ones I kind of might change. I put yellow ones in here for these ramps, but they're not really hazards. They're just like they're just ramps. So I actually might change that right now because I didn't realize I did that, and it kind of bugs me. So yeah, I might just do like cool blue lines here. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, in the light they're a lot shinier, kind of blue, and then the shadows, they're a little darker. So they're kind of meant to be like that, where they kind of have some shimmer to them depending on the lighting situation. I think it'll look kind of cool. So yeah, my I don't know if we ever did, like, I'm Polish, so we didn't really do like Easter egg hunts. We used to like make little Easter baskets and like fill them up with stuff. You take them to church and a priest like sprays water all over them, and then they become awesome for some reason. And so yeah, we used to do that. But when I worked at Silicon Knights, they used to actually throw an Easter egg hunt for everybody, and like it was a pretty big company at some point. Like you know, there's over, you know, like 150 people working there sometimes. So they would hide like a crap ton of chocolates, and they were literally like everywhere. Same kind of idea that you were saying, B. Like you would just like one day be in the kitchen and you open a cupboard like a month later and like a bunch of chocolates fall out on you, and you're like, ah, more chocolates. And of course you would eat them because you're like a adult's child that found chocolate later on, and you're like, whatever, I'm sure this is fine. Why wouldn't you still have them? Okay, I'm putting some random numbers and things in here. I just like shapes, you know, shapes are fun. I kind of just want, you know, players to be able to drive past things. I don't really care, you know, what they signify sometimes, like with the blue stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of just for fun, so. Truck brake. What are these ones here? This one is, oh yeah, this one's fine. Okay. I made a bunch of these cool little guys here. Put A113 in places. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Yeah, I definitely got to make some like code for things. In Lost Orbit, I had a bunch of ones that said like PN whatever, like they were all like peanuts whatever. But yeah, I should do some Leet Speak ones. Actually, we were just talking earlier today. Oh, this one's just a positioner. I actually don't want a positioner for this area. So there's two types of ways you can place things on the spline. You can use a positioner, which just like moves the mesh around and places it somewhere, or you can use a spline mesh, which will actually like deform your mesh onto the surface of your track. Yeah, that's the like license plate they have in Pixar and stuff, right? That's cool. Maybe I'll do our like studio address or something like that. But yeah, so there's like two different ways to put things on the spline. There's like just placing and conforming, and usually placing works fine on like really flat surfaces, but you know, there's times where like you want to conform to sections, right? So you want it to bend and stuff like that. So it kind of depends what you want to do. These are all just positioners. Did I ever use a mesh with those? I guess I could just have just duplicate one of the things I have over here. What's this one here? This one's also just a positioner. Okay. She just watched Up on the weekend again. My son saw Doug, the dog, on my profile for Disney Plus, and he's like, "Oh, can we watch that?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you want to see your father cry, sure." And he did, and so we watched it. And man, that's a sad movie, but also really awesome. I kind of forgot how great it was because the intro is so depressing. I just never like want to watch it. Even though I really like depressing music, I will still watch like depressing music and stuff, but I don't know, it's weird, right? Or want to listen to depressing music and be sad, but when like it's like a movie, sometimes I don't. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if you guys get that, but man, that is a good movie. I forgot how good that movie is. And yeah, Doug is amazing. Whoop. Okay. This is kind of a pain in the butt to use sometimes, where it just takes me a lot longer to place this stuff than in some instances. But the nice thing about using the spline conformer and positioner is I never have to worry about like rotating these things like, you know, super gently to make sure that they fit and stuff like that. They just work, right? So and then you can do cool things like I'll show you in a second here. I just want to throw some of these down just for good measure. Now this one's using a yellow light, but I actually might throw a blue light on here. Oh, not that one. It's really good. Yeah, I really forgot how good it was because I haven't watched it in so long. It's like one of their craziest movies in a way too. Like all the stuff that happens in it is so ridiculously unreal. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a Pixar movie, so not like, you know, toys coming to life. Oh my God! Did you just? You can't see this on screen. I just made a new material and I just called it up.glow. I meant to write blue. That's amazing. My brain just, you're like, yep, you're saying up. Must be what you want to type. Doesn't matter what you're thinking. Hilarious. Okay, blue glow. That Living Anger. Like Living Anger? Not following ya. Oh, yes. Sorry. Brain no worky. Yeah. Yeah, all their movies are great. I'm a huge Pixar fan. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. Something about Up I was watching. I'm like, this movie is ridiculous. This man and his balloon house, this is impossible. But then, yeah, all their other movies are ridiculous. Toys Coming to Life. Yeah, Living Anger. I'm a sucker for animated movies, though. Like, Soul was amazing, and I don't know. It's just all good. What I might do here is in the middle here between maybe like this section and the next section. Whoa. Yeah, maybe where these guys begin. Maybe we'll kind of signal that. So between here and sorry, let me get rid of the outside walls here. So a cool thing you could do with the spline stuff too is right now we're actually stretching one mesh across the extents here for our range, but you can actually just say how many you want to do. So if you wanted to do like a bunch, it'll just duplicate it and array them along this here. So that might be kind of cool. So we're going to be going through this area, and then you know, you kind of just traveling like that, and then all of a sudden you get these cool lines going across here. I got some cool sound effects going across there too. Oh, might need some more subdivisions on those things. Oh, have you heard the phrase every Pixar movie is described by what if has feelings? That's pretty good. What if a soul has feelings? What if Scotland? I like it. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good synopsis of Pixar movies, actually. Because you're totally right? Like that's really what they're kind of seeking, is just like, yeah, what if this had feelings? It's not a bad way to look at it. It's a nice, like, simplistic view of trying to think like what movie could you do next or whatever, right? That's cool. I wish I had something like that. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, kind of, you know, for game developers, you kind of do similar kind of things too. For me, it was just like, how can I reuse these assets? Maybe make a game that will sell. I gotta make new stuff all the time. That's wild. That's cool. I never really thought about it that way. What if the devil had feelings? What if I had feelings? It's cool. There's they're working on a new movie too. Oh, or maybe it's Disney. What's the one they premiered recently? That's not out, but they were just kind of talking about it. I saw Raya. Did you guys see Raya? Raya was awesome. I was one of the suckers that paid money to watch it early. But yeah, it was so good. So good. But yeah, again, I'm a sucker for animated movies though, so CG or traditional, doesn't matter. Studio Ghibli, Disney, Pixar, all good. Told my son likes buses and stuff. I'm like, do you remember we watched a movie that there was a bus, but it was also a cat? And he's like, no, can we watch that? I'm like, yes, we can. Yes, we can, my son. We will watch these movies until you are sick of them. Because Dad loves them. I made a stupid move with these shapes here. I put them on a dumb pivot because I only thought I was going to use them on the side for some reason, and I know I use them in like all places, and sometimes they're just kind of annoying to use because the pivot's weird. So they're also not symmetrical, which then bothers me. But yeah, why is that not symmetrical? I guess I can fix that later. Yeah, Ghibli's great. They have that Studio Ghibli like theme park now, and if you saw that, looks awesome. Hey Moobot, thanks for chipping in. Yeah, it's really cool looking. I installed this Moobot thing, and it's supposed to tell people we have a Discord community and a Steam page every so often. And usually I forget we have it, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, this is happening. I'm like, what? Who is this? Who is this Moobot? Let's do some of these little hazard lines. Yeah, maybe not the hazard lines. Let's just throw some arrows in here. I love arrows, you know. Can't go wrong with a good arrow on a track. Ba, 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 ba. If you didn't know we had a Discord community, you are more than welcome to join. We do some fun stuff on there. We do some giveaways. We talk about cats and other pets sometimes. People share their artwork. It's pretty cool. And we post some dev updates as well, you know, when we're working on stuff. And what else? We do yeah, we talk about like the beta and stuff if it's coming up, so it's kind of neat. Oh, that's not what I want. Oop. Anyway, it's a pretty fun little community we got going on. It's newish, so we're still you know getting it going, but yeah, pretty good, great people on there so far. So if you feel like joining yet another server. Cool thing, you can duplicate the like channels within here and not have to set up everything from scratch. If you just want to kind of do some fun little shapes and stuff. We were talking about Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier and stuff earlier, but I've also been watching. I kind of just run out of things to watch sometimes, so then I just kind of scour things. And I have HBO, so I started watching this show called Big Little Lies, I think it's called, with like Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon and stuff. And I don't think it's like super new. I think it's been around for a couple of years. But man, that show's good. If you like a little murder mystery drama kind of thing, it's kind of cool. Basically starts off the show by telling you someone is going to die, and then you kind of watch the season and find out who died. It's pretty good. All right, so yeah, let's do a little save here because I constantly forget to save. Do 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 do. All right. Bum 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 bum. Sorry, just looking up some stuff here. Forgot. I got some book recommendations. All right, yeah, it's looking cool. This whatever shapes. This spirally tunnel is pretty crazy on its own, so it doesn't really need like a lot of stuff going on because it's it's gonna get a little crazy. So, oh, actually, what I might do, I might put some kill volumes on these things, or at least bounce volumes on these things. So, what I might do here, kind of what I did before, but. Sometimes I just delete one of these sides, then do one side, and then mirror it over. But I have these fun little shapes here that I haven't really been using a lot, so... yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that should be cool. Put little hazards around those. Ah. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, something like that. Just like a wee little hazard. Sometimes it doesn't have to be anything crazy. There we go. Might actually move this thing. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to scale this outwards first. And then that will give me a little bit more buffer space to stretch this thing. Yeah. All right, Caustic Canyon coming along. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't get to use this guy enough, so it's pretty nice. Let me just duplicate that, and then I will throw him on the other one too. this one, I will do a little before and after. Yeah, a little bit something like that, maybe. Hey, you're back. How's it going? All right. All right, let me just check here, see what my teammates are saying. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything important. Cool. Our other developer, Pixelon's Mark, he does his streams on Thursday, and he was working on something really awesome last time. So hopefully we'll be able to show that to you soon, because last Friday we didn't do a dev stream just because it was Friday, like Easter Friday, so we didn't do any of that. But anyways, hopefully we'll do it this way. So yeah, he's been working on some cool stuff with death and kind of like respawning and whatnot. So it should be pretty cool. And I haven't really played it either, so I'm really looking forward to getting that in there, or just trying it out, like me getting in there, trying it out. So games could kind of come quite a long way since we first started. We added we had our first beta, and we added a lot of different kind of updates and fixes from that, because people were kind of not really digging the like dying a lot and stuff like that. So Mark's been working on this. We call it like bumper stars mode, where you can't die on like everything. You bounce around a lot more, and it takes like quite a few hits to actually die. Anyways, it's been pretty awesome. He's been working on that for a little bit, and we've got to like try it out for the last like couple weeks, and it's been pretty cool. Like you kind of bounce around on stuff, and he's added like bouncing around on like off of items too. So if you shoot someone with a projectile, it won't just like kill them. It'll either like bounce them to the side, or I think the shockwave like now throws you in the air and stuff like that. So it's really cool. Anyways, yeah. So it's been pretty cool, and can't wait to see the other stuff come in too, because it's I don't know, it's just been getting better, and we're going to be doing another playtest, or like an open beta playtest kind of thing soon. So that should be really cool too. Yeah. So. Sorry, 1 second here. I'm just kind of getting some stuff out of the way here. Sorry, just people are asking me some questions. As dev life goes, here, I'll move this around so you guys can kind of see a little bit of something. We've been working on quite a few exciting things too. We have an audio team working with us now as well, and they're going to be doing well, they have been doing a sound effects pass and everything. Now we haven't shown that off at all yet, because they've been working on stuff, and implementing like their code and systems and stuff like that too. So it's going to be pretty awesome, because we never have time for audio, you always just kind of throw it in at the last minute and hope it works out. CB, thanks for hanging out. Oh, thanks, Average Gamer. Yeah, it's come along pretty good. Sorry, 1 second. Just my wife's asking me some questions now too. Apologize for the delays here. Just gotta do some house stuff, you know. All right. How's everybody else been doing? What's new and exciting? I know I don't know if a lot of you are from Ontario, but we're in another lockdown, so can't go anywhere again. But I did watch Godzilla on the weekend. I ended up renting that because I love me some Godzilla. So that was pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys watched it, but I'm a big fan, so it's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, where were we? Sorry about that. You know, I'm still at work, so sometimes I gotta do some worky stuff. Okay, so we have this part here. We have these like little rickety whatever little boards going across here, which I think will be kind of fun. Oh yeah, I was working on these hazards here. So this looks fine, but kind of just kind of on its own here. So I'm going to add some more shapes here. Yeah, I don't know if you're all a fan of Godzilla and the Monsterverse or whatever they call it, but I love it. It's just, I don't know, they're just kind of dumb, but like awesome. Like they're not dumb, they're not like dumb movies, but most of the time it's just, you know, smashing stuff and doing whatever, but I don't know, I love it. Sometimes you just gotta smash some stuff, you know? Sometimes you just want to watch some explosions and buildings. But man, oh, Godzilla and King Kong, they wreck that place. Yeah, they do not care whatsoever. This one here. So this one's actually using 2 materials for now. Excuse me. Is the yellow the first one? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a little something. It's fine. And I am going to duplicate this, and I'm going to actually add it in the front here. I'm going to replace it with something else here, just to really hammer home that this is danger zone. Danger zone area. Do not mess with this area. It is the danger zone. All right, there we go. Boom. Might rotate this around. Do I want this overlap? Is this too much glow? I think this is like getting a little crazy. Yeah, maybe I'll just do this. Just relax a little, you know? Sometimes you get carried away with all the shenanigans. Nice, thanks everyone for joining me today. I decided to start my stream a little early today, just because, why not? Gonna be working on this anyways, might as well have some people watching. And you know, the nice thing about that is it kind of keeps me focused too. I tend to not wander off and start doing other things, like just perusing the internet and all that, because I don't know, you can really, you know, get away with just not doing stuff, and it's not really what you want to do. So, all right, 1 second here. I just have to go do something else here. Ba-ba-bum. Just discussing when an item is going to be coming into the game, and also last week we had some code issues with that. So yeah, we had like a ton of bugs come in, and anyways, it happens. But the code guys and the new audio guys are trying to resolve some stuff, so should be good. Oh, thanks, Average Gamer. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I'm pretty new to the whole streaming shenanigans, but yeah, it's nice. Last week I had like a friend from college pop in and talk to in like ages. So that was kind of cool, and like, I don't know, you just kind of, it's like a nice way to keep in touch with people, and because I'm just working from home and not in the studio anymore, sometimes you kind of forget what it's like to hang out with people, you know? So it's kind of nice to have someone to like chat with and, you know, get feedback on, or I don't know, just even just distract you with like actual human talking as opposed to just watching TV shows all day, which is something I do all the time. Sorry, just give me a second here. Apologize for the delay. Just sorting out some stuff for the house and for work. Do some barbecuing. Hopefully later or soon. So happy summer is like here, or at least like not crappy weather, because oh man, it's been so nice. I've been spending so much time outside with the kids and stuff, and it's been awesome. So you kind of forget when you're stuck at home all day, all the time for like a while. Kind of forget how bad things are in like the, you know, sitting around not doing anything kind of way. Okay, I think I'm ready to apologize. How you guys finding like everybody working from home? Are you guys finding it okay? Is it weird? Uh-oh, did my stream freeze? Oh no, I think it's just my internet. Sorry about that. Ah, thanks, Average Gamer. Yeah, I try. I mean, I teach at college and stuff, so I'm kind of used to I'm used to talking in front of people, I guess. But I don't know, kind of like just sitting around chit-chatting. Sitting around and chit-chatting. That's what I do. Okay, sorry. So back to it. Okay, where were we? Whoop. Okay, so we added some hazards here. Yeah, these are fine. Should I add hazards around all these? Or is that overkill? That might be overkill. They're not like going to kill you. They're just kind of sticks, and there's a lot of them, so I feel that might be a lot, but maybe add like a little something. It's like a little bit of arrows or something, you know. Maybe just some like really small ones. Let's give that a try. Okay, so these ones I'm gonna have to put up top. Hey, that's okay. Everybody's a tiny ass company until your game or product or something sells a lot. Four. Yeah, let me just delete this one for now because I'm changing it around. Yeah, I've been kind of enjoying working from home. It's been very different, obviously, but it's nice in its own regard. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yeah, let's do wee little arrows, you know, little tiny arrows. Just tell you, like, hey, stay away from this stick. It's not a good stick. Okay, and then let's move these where they need to go. Flip these ones over. 4.75 and 4.75. Cool. Okay. Just kept a bunch of stuff in my house. Hopefully nothing broke. You know, I haven't been paying attention, but I actually want to make sure that these sticks are kind of centered on these plates as well. Because, I don't know, I like my things to be centered and nice. So I position my arrows here. Oh, has this thing lost its track? Yeah, let's do... That's okay if they're just a little offset. No big deal. Oh god, there we go. 2109. I don't know why they lost the connection to their... Just a wee little bit over. Why they lost their connection to the track. Maybe I copied them from another scene or something. Okay, and then you are also missing your track thing. It's fine. Oh, goodness. These high numbers, this can get very sensitive sometimes, so. All right, all right, all right. So we got these guys going on here. Let's move these arrows over. We'll try and give this track a playthrough soon. Once I'm a little further along. This is time-consuming kind of stuff, but you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Place your little decals and things. And I mean, we only have like, you know, what are we doing? 9 tracks for this game for launch, so it's not like we have a ton of tracks to get through. So might as well spend time on each of them, make them look cool. These assets are going to get replaced anyways, but oh, crazy! It actually moved it, even though it wasn't associated with it anyways. Crazy. All right, cool. So yeah, we have some little arrows. That should be enough just to kind of give a little hint of something. I could always put some stuff on the walls or whatever, so not a big deal here. Okay, let me take this little track place thing here, move it over here. I like to always have a different mesh to kind of signal the beginning and ending of things. So let's just move this over here. Cool little overlap there with the light. See if that actually, yeah, that should work. Hopefully it won't cause any Z fighting or anything. Cool. All right. Yeah, let's get making something. Bum 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 bum. Sorry, just checking in. All right. Sorry, I've still got to work, so still got to look up my Discords once in a while. Bum, bum, bum. All right. Ooh. Sometimes Discord just feels like it chugs when I'm working on stuff. All right, so we're over here. Okay, sorry. Back to real work. I mean, Discord stuff's real work too. I gotta still talk to the team, you know, but obviously not very entertaining for people watching. I've been trying to watch more people on Twitch too, just to kind of see what people are doing, and you know, and one of the things I really like on Twitch is people like singing and doing music and stuff is actually really cool. I kind of didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do, but it's kind of awesome. So okay, so this next little area we're gonna think about for a second. But let's throw, okay, so I have these little pipes that connect to the front and back here. Let me unhide the mining machine stuff again. Oh, once Unity is done thinking, it is executing a menu item. Good job, Unity. They added all these like little things that pop up to let you know what's happening, but it's all just like nonsense jargon that I don't understand. Recalibrating the Schreferfish or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. Okay, these guys I put on individually, which I think I did over there too. Okay, I don't know if I need to do that. So anytime things are on a curve, sometimes they scale weird because they're on a curve, and I don't necessarily want that. I would just kind of want them to be positioned at different places. So sometimes having them in the same game object isn't ideal, so I had to move things around a little. But that area over there is straight, so it should be fine. Okay. well, since it's already facing this way, let's do this one here. Okay, so these are a lot lower and smaller, so let's take a look at these ones. What are you? You're all 3s and a height of 2. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yes. I think I wanted to scale these down a little. And your distance of... I could have probably just copied these and replaced them. That's probably easier, but that's okay. Yeah, so I kind of have these pipes that like move downwards and they intersect the track, but that's okay. I kind of have ways of fixing that as well. So not really fixing it, but hiding it as we do in game development. Just cover it up. -10. There we go. Okie dokes. And then we're going to duplicate this and we're going to flip it on the other side. Whoop. Going to rotate each of these individual items. And then we can butt them up. Oh, they're a different scale on this side because they're coming from here. So I should have done these first. 10.6, 2.53. 10.6, 2.53. And minus 10.6 and 2.53. Sometimes art is just memorizing numbers, you know? Not very exciting, but it needs to get done. All right, and I'm just going to duplicate this over and over here because repetition is not a bad thing, especially when you're working in a factory type setting, very manufactured setting. Things being repetitive is a-okay because that's how they would be, you know? Not a big deal. Okay, one more. Oh, one more. Bum, 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 bum. All right, and then this one I'm going to flip. Just rotate over here. Hey, did my music stop? Oh, no, it's just a very quiet part of the song. Sorry, that should be on stream anyways. Do 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 do. The other thing I started doing is on Twitch is I started watching people also doing like dev streams like this, and that's also kind of fun if I'm not streaming but I'm working on stuff because then I also feel like I'm in the studio with just like other people talking around me. So maybe that's what you're doing as well, watching me, just doing some work, listening to me blabber on about nonsense. Or maybe I'm muted and you don't want to hear my shenanigans and just want to have some Unity moving around in the peripherals. It's kind of cool. There we go. We got these little snakes. They kind of go underneath these. Now, what's happening here is whatever the hell's happening in this factory, it's shooting out plasma or magma or whatever the hell this is, sideways, so it's going across, and I gotta, again, make a cool shader for that and stuff. And then what's happening is this thing is actually spawning a bunch of ramps going across here. I don't know why anybody would do this in a factory, it's insane, but for our purposes, it's fine. And anyways, so yeah, we need to kind of have something to support this idea here a little bit, which I kind of do have already. So I've made this. I have these track breaks, as I call them here. Oh my God, where did you go? Now I did make a track break for this level, and I made one with like grooves in it for this other case that I have. But I think it might work okay here. Metal. the dark one, which is the dark one. Should name these better than metal A, B, C, and D. But that's where I'm at now, so. All right. Yeah, so I kind of have this like little track slot here. So I'm going to just move it around this plasma tube. Maybe scale this. Oh God, not that one. Maybe that one too. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, as long as visually it just kind of feels like things are making sense in this level, that's all we're really after. I might put some like little rings on here or something like that too, to like signal that it's like crossing the track or something. And I have these guys here. So I might take this. Yeah, just like flip it around. Well, I might give it a little bit of space because the ramps are going to be crossing here. So actually I might do something else here. I think I have a good one for this. Where's the other one? I have this one. I have the hazard one. And I have this thing. This thing wasn't really meant to be used here, but that's okay. This thing I think is 3 different materials. Metal. And PP. Hello. Let's do 270 here. Yeah, beefy. Oh God. Yeah, let's do something like that. I'm gonna be redoing these. Oh God. I'm gonna be redoing these ramps here because right now we're using emitters to shoot them up, but I'm gonna be changing them into animators because they're a little bit more friendly over photon that way. So we'll get there. Oops. Yeah, 1.4. Yeah, now, so the only thing I'm worried about is players won't feel like they can go over this. Now, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, because this thing is just a positioner. You see how it's not actually lined up to the track, because the track's actually has a different rotation from the middle to the start of the end and the end of this thing, so which isn't great. So players might be a little bit afraid to actually jump on this thing, but maybe if I make it a little bigger. Yeah, if we do this. Might be kind of cool, and then they can jump on here. Hey, sorry, 1 second, everybody. Let me just mute myself here. Hey, I'm back. All right, Summer Game Fest, sweet. All right, where are we here? Okay. Yeah, so I'm a little afraid this might like put players off, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it'll be fine. Yeah, I like the look of this, but this might be a little high off the ground. Because then I have to make the ramps off the ground. Yeah, let's not do that. Cool idea, but I think the mesh doesn't quite work for it. I think I might have to just do that with decals, because the decals will just be flat, so they won't present as like a scary looking obstacle for the player, which is fine. All right, so yeah, let's do that. We'll do our decal things after. I'm just going to kind of set all these in place here. I should probably make this a prefab and then just move it in to each place, but it's okay. There's only like 3 or 4 of these jumps, so it's not a huge deal. Do. All right. Like that, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm a big fan of repetition, so I like to kind of repeat my art and designs across areas, because, I don't know, I like it. Oh, did I? This one? Oh no, this one already had it. Sweet. Okay, and then we'll do this one here. Ba-ba-da-bum. Yeah, I'll throw this one over here. Yeah, that's looking kind of cool. And our last but not least, throw this one over here. Oh, actually, if you guys want to see something new, so these are our, oh, what are they called? These guys are called Dougs. We got some new Doug concept art. Yeah, let's take a little break from placing meshes. I'll show you guys some of the fun stuff that's been kind of coming in from the rest of our art team. Oh, that's okay. So we have Deborah here coming in. She's going to be a robot that'll be like moving stuff around or placing things. This is also what the thwomps are going to look like. The Dougs here. They're going to be more blocky and find a way to kind of animate them on stuff too. This is a very poor Photoshop work of me replacing them. So this is kind of what what it'll look like, but better. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, these are some items. Yeah, so we're getting there. And I think we have a shot here. Yeah, we got some other robots. Oh yeah, there we go. We got Dave coming in here, slowly getting put in. So we'll eventually replace him on one of these streams. It should be pretty fun. But won't be doing that for a little bit. So okay, these guys are kind of cutting them through these pipes now, so I'm going to move them into here a little bit. So again, I'm using the spline tool if you're just tuning in to position a lot of my things here. Okay, so this is cool. Over here is going to be what's it called? The ramps are going to be moving across here, so we'll have a little track for them at some point over here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for the track yet. I don't know if I want it. Maybe I'll do like, should I do something where it's like a full actual track like this, and then oh my god, not that one, and actually have the track going off the side like that? Yeah, that might be kind of cool, right? Like a little conveyor belt kind of thing next to that, just so they're not flying for no reason. Yeah, maybe I'll do something like that. Maybe I'll wait till I have them animated and properly in place before making that decision. So we'll see. Anyways, yeah, so the ramps are going to be going across there. There's going to be this guy here. We'll put some decals in here to kind of signal this is like a danger zone area over here too. This again will be much more animated and kind of like, you know, looking like a crazy lightsaber or something going across. So but I guess we should work that out if we're gonna work out the look of these things. And then we just have our home stretch here, so we're getting close to actually being done, which is crazy. All right. Okay, so let me grab something from back here. I have some trims over here, like little railings that I've been using. So I think I'm going to duplicate these over. Whoop. All right. Yeah, let's move these over here. Oh, maybe not over there. So I've been kind of just tucking these things in underneath, which is kind of a little waste of geo, but it kind of covers up some seams with some of these pipes and stuff like that, which is okay. All right. This is just a little housekeeping here, just to make sure there's no holes under the side of the track. Might seem like overkill, but you know, the player's going to be really close to this stuff, so I want to make sure that things are tidy and well kept. Oops. And then I started adding this other railing in here, which I'll find something to do. I need caps for this too, but I don't think I'll use these same caps because this, I kind of want the illusion that this is continuing underneath, that it's kind of doing the opposite of this thing, even though it literally goes nowhere, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think I kind of like the look of this thing. It's the double. Should this go all the way across too? Kind of like that thing just being kind of loose, like it's intersecting the track there. Intersecting. Jeez. Yeah, just like a little bit like that. Maybe like a little big. Maybe not. Yeah, I really want to make it feel like they're flying over this stuff. So, I mean, I could always lift this thing up too if I wanted to and make the jumps a little bigger, which might be kind of fun to do that. Yeah, let's do something like that. And then I might just add like a little, I'll have to add something over here to kind of cap these off, but I'm not quite sure yet what we will do. Yeah, these kind of intersect a little bit as well, but I have some cylinders that I placed down over here. Where did you go, my darlings? There you are. Oh, hello. What are these? These are just positioners, right? Okay. They're really just simple cylinders, really. Oh, God, did I go too far? I went too far. I went all the way to the end. Oh, my God. Oh, no, did I break this thing? I think I broke. Oh, there it goes. I guess it was just at the max capacity already. That was crazy. Okay. Oh, my nose is really itchy. My allergies are coming in or something. We were joking around about that the other day because it's like literally winter is not even, it's like barely even over in Canada, and already the sons of bitches are in. Coming in. Frickin' allergies. Okay, 10-2. I guess these kind of intersect with the plasma. Might have to find like a better, maybe if they're smaller. Would that work? Okay. Maybe these things just need to be further back. There we go. Is the scale weird on these things? Oh yeah, I guess just that way, that's okay. Oh my god. And then these things aren't really playing super nice with that, so I might have to adjust this a little too. And I'll center that with that one. There we go. Ba-ba-bum. Yeah, it's a little painstaking, but again, it's worth it. It's worth it, because then things are aligned nicely, and if I want to move the track, then that's all ready to go to, you know. Sometimes a little pain is good. Same thing for this one. I'm just going to move them over to this clamp. Duplicate you and throw you on the other side. All right. And again, duplicate on the other side. All right, almost done here. We haven't added them there yet, right? No. All right, and then, yeah, let's move you back here a little. There we go. Yeah, toss that over on this side. Oh yes, and these ones are not in the same place. And on the other side. All right. So yeah, these are looking pretty good so far. Let's hit that save button so we don't forget and use all our work. All right, sorry, just gotta check here. All right, sorry. Gotta do my business checkups once in a while. Especially with the longer streams, you know, when they were shorter. I can kind of just ignore people for a couple hours, but... Okie dokes. Let's see. All right, where are we here? Okay, so this is all pretty good. Where did we put... Oh, we didn't do that one as the first one. Oh, weird. Okay. Well, let's take this and let's duplicate it. Let's throw this back here. I'm actually gonna put those ramps in shortly because it's really bugging me that I can't actually visualize what those are gonna look like. But before that, okay, we got some bouncers over here. We got these guys. Let's make sure these guys are all in the right position. Okay, let's play this level. Okay, so let's we actually haven't seen this level in quite a long time, so I'm gonna go doesn't want to let me play from the track today, so I'm gonna go to the from the main menu and try and play it there, unless I'm having some photon issues. Let me see if there's any errors. Nope. Okay. So let me open up a scene here. I'm going to open up my main scene and just load in through the menu. Usually in our game, if all else fails, you can just load in from the main menu and it'll work fine. It's a little longer, so it's not as, you know, ideal for iteratively testing and stuff, but you know, it works just fine. So, all right. Where are we here? Oh, I already hit play. I just forgot. You can do it. Good little time for a coffee break. Ow. It's coming along. All right. It's going, it's going, it's loading. I think it's loading. Maybe I clicked off of it. It's a little slow. Usually the first time you start up every day is a little slower, you know. There we go. Let's do a race. Local play. Get out of here. What? What? Get out of here. Just trying to play a level on my own. Rude. I still haven't renamed it in the menu, so it's still called Processing Plant, but our community voted, and now it is called Caustic Canyon. As you see here, that little picture there, that's actually from that spirally bit we were just working on. So it looks quite different than it did back in the old white box days. So, and then the next level I'm going to be working on is Lost Orbit, which is in here already. Which I don't remember it looking like that, but whatever. We just took some little screenshots just for these little menus. So, oof, it is slow today. me just exit a bunch of things in case it needs some more memory. Excuse me. Come on, you can do it. Okay, there we go. Oh, there is a photon ID error. One of my magma bursts. Oh, rude. Maybe that's why it's not playing. Let me see, it might not work from here either. Ah, rude. Okay. All that waiting for nothing. It's more factory than a canyon. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's very true. Maybe when we put up the voting, we put up too many pictures of the canyon part than the factory part, and people were really gung-ho for the canyon part, but that's okay. The caustic stuff feels really good, and like the factory is in the canyon, so I still feel it fits pretty well. So sometimes we have these issues with photons. So was it photon viewfinder? Find all photons. So yeah, what happens is, yeah, there we go, this little son of a gun. We have these IDs, and they have to start at 42 because 0 to 41 is taken up by the menus. And sometimes when you create something new, it adds a new photon view to it and sets it as like a number 1 as opposed to like a limit. Anyways, it's dumb, but it causes issues. We secretly know who wins. The community always wins, okay? Hey, you know what? If more people voted, this could have been called Ratchet and Stank, but that was not the winning choice. So here we are with Caustic Canyon, which I am not upset about. Ratchet and Stank is a pretty great name, but I'm pretty glad it's not called Ratchet and Stank. Okay, let me load up the game again from the beginning. There's some other good ones though. There was Slimeworks Factory, I think, or Slimeworks Co. or something like that. There was a bunch of really good ones. Let me see here. While this is loading, I can kind of put those up here. Where is this? I think it was in announcements. Yeah, so we had Planet Goo. That was kind of cool. I also liked Polluted Pipes. That was pretty sweet. That kind of felt like a nice mix of things. Yeah, Slimeworks Factory. What else? That was those. So Polluted Pipes and Slimeworks Factory came in second with a tie, but by far everybody liked Caustic Canyon the most. So Ratchet and Stank did not get the lowest amount of votes. There was also Toxic Terra and Acid Refinery. Those ones got the lowest votes. So Ratchet and Stank came in like 4th. Very close. All right. Should work this time. We also need a way to skip this voting, but that's for later. I think we put it in there for debug purposes right now. All right, here comes 0. Let's see, this one should work. Should work. I'm trying to think of something fun to do for the people that voted, and especially for the person that won too. So I might do like a billboard with their name on it or something. I want to talk to them and see if they're cool with having their name in the game, or maybe like their internet handle or something like that, if it's not too offensive or crazy. They'll definitely get their name in the credits. We're doing that, but it'd be kind of fun to have something in the level too. All right, so yeah, it's a little laggy. Apologize, but actually, let me take off maximize on play. Oops, it's a not full screen. Oh, maybe not. Oof. Yeah, it really hates it when I'm on OBS and trying to play the game. It's not a big fan. I do have, I should probably set up I have two machines here that I usually stream from when we do our dev streams, but because that one we have like a lot going on with Discord and multiple cameras and stuff, but I should maybe do that for my solo streams too, because definitely doesn't like this. New map coming to you, Ratchet and Stank. Do you think we'd get sued? Do you think who's a Naughty Dog or Infamous dudes? Who did? No, those guys are Jak and Daxter, right? Ratchet and Clank. That was Naughty Dog, right? You think they'd be mad? You get a crossover. All right, so let me see here. So yeah, this new floor here is looking pretty cool. This is like the intro that I did before. Pretty happy with how this is looking. Okay, then we got, yeah, these floor bits are looking pretty good. Okay, so then we have these little hazard things. These things aren't like super hazardous, but there's like, they're little bumps that can like kind of impede you a little bit and maybe pop you in the air. And so here again, I have my little arrows pointing to the outside. I've used the same kind of ideas a couple times. So then if you stay away from the center bit, it's a little bit safer. All right, and then, yeah, we go through here. Apologize for the crappy frame rate, but still get a kind of decent idea of what the floors kind of look like. So yeah, then we have this like general kind of hazard look here, and then we go to the conveyor belts, which is lots of hazards. I'm gonna still paint up a proper texture map for these conveyor belts. Right now they're just kind of crappy arrows, but we'll get like an actual little techie looking texture with a normal map and stuff too, so it'll look a little nicer with the lighting. Okay, so this is the new part that I've been working on basically for today. So yeah, these little arrows are pretty fun. Boop. Boop. Oh, maybe I could light up those arrows before the ramps come up to kind of give you an idea of which ones are going to be going. Oh, I never put the little circles. Oh, no, I did put some circles around these guys. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I didn't. That's okay. Okay, and then we have, yeah, so these are the magma guys. Oh, yeah, these things are looking way better. So they still need a shader, but they're coming along. Have some sweet sound effects for those guys too. The volumetrics don't really disappear on that. To look into that. I did animate those. Oh, all right. I only did it for some of them. That's right. I forgot. Oh, this is a little hot. A little hot and juicy. Definitely got to fix that. Okay, cool. I redid the animation and I forgot to swap it in on some of them, so gotta do that. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool. These little numbers and stuff here, that's pretty sweet. These little hazards for the side look okay. And then we have, oh, I have items. They're sunken into the ground now. I have to fix those up. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I like this. All right, and then we have, yeah, so you see here we have these ramps that are going across here. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're like really snug to those. All right. Oh, that's not going to work at all. Okay. For some reason I thought they were further apart, so this looks horrible. They should still work, but that's okay. Well, that's good to know. That's why it sucks having them as emitters right now, because A, they don't work over photons super great, but also not very useful for visualizing things. Cool, okay. I kind of like how this area looks, actually, with kind of snug pipes on the side. Need some more of those decals, but it's looking pretty cool. Okay. Cool. So I'm feeling that, but I'm definitely going to rework some of those things there. Ooh, frame rate. The frame rate, it hurts. One day I'll actually fix that up and make sure it works fine on what's it called? On the streams here. Sorry, just gonna send my wife a little message here. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, Apocalypse. Yeah, it's been a fun ride over the last little while getting all this working. The other thing too is I haven't done the proper camera pass for this level as well. So like the camera's always just looking down on the course, so you don't really get a good view of like Dave and like some of the other robots I'll be putting in here too. So I'm actually going to go through and do a camera spline for this level as well. I have one already, but I think it's just the track spline. It's nothing like different. So we do have the ability that we kind of structured this game where the camera can follow a different spline than the players do, or the track does. So it kind of gives us a little bit of freedom to do some fun stuff where we, pull the camera out and do some crazy shenanigans. So definitely got to do a pass on that because it'll help with a lot of situations like that. Cool. Okay, so this is not really working at all because this magma thing is like the ramps are basically intersecting the magma, so this is not going to look great. So really what maybe this needs to be is like, yeah, actually maybe I'll just do that. So maybe, oops. Maybe I'll just do a wider version of this and it'll kind of encapsulate the magma and the ramps together. Let's see what that kind of feels like. Yeah, so maybe something like this. And so we actually have a lot more space here than I thought. So maybe we will move some of this stuff up just to give players a little bit more. Has to cover, make it a little bit tighter, a little bit more, a little bit better, Yeah, if you guys have any feedback for this level, like if you'd like to see something or you have some cool ideas about things that should be in here, just let me know. I'll be doing all the levels ideally for this game on the stream in some capacity, so always happy to get feedback and stuff. We'll hopefully be posting some concepts and ideas of new levels that we're going to be working on very soon. So I'm going to be working on the Lost Orbit level, which is like a little homage to our previous game. And then we have Vince is going to be working on a level called, well, right now it's called Spider Vince, but it might be called something else at some point. Oh yeah, these should be bigger actually. Hold on. And I've been just kind of brainstorming what level I want to do after Lost Orbit, because Lost Orbit's actually pretty far along too. It's just kind of out in space, so it's not going to have anything too crazy in it. The track itself is kind of crazy in the sense of like it's very spirally and there's a bunch of crazy stuff on the track, but it's a lot of asteroids and things we've already done before, so it probably won't require like a ton of new work. But I've been kind of thinking about the future a little bit and what I would like to do after that. And I think I wanted to do a level about like with mushrooms, but not like the Mushroom Kingdom, obviously, because Mario Kart. But I also want to do a lava level because, you have to have a lava level. So I think I want to do a mushroom lava level where like there's like molten mushrooms and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. So, oh my God, it's gone. There we go. Oh, is there really? Oh, cool. I should check that out. Love me some good lava shaders. 1 second. Sorry, before I forget what I'm doing here. Underwater with some above ground color. Yeah, that'd be really cool too, eh? Pixelon's Ben is working on a level. He started working on it before we sidetracked him with networking stuff. But he was working on a level called the Void Sea, and it's like a level that's in space, but what's it called? It's like near a black hole, so the black hole's like ripping water off of planets and stuff, so there's like pockets of water in the air. So it's kind of like an underwater one. Did I make a sweet lava shader? No. Where? When? Was that for Gunhead? I kind of remember doing some sort of shader for those guys. Yeah, for Gunhead? Oh yeah. I kind of remember that. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, it did like the intersection thing, right? I think it did some cool stuff, I think. Oh, I gotta fix up how this thing works. We have this one out here, which is not lava, it's like ooze, but it could definitely be used as lava. Oh, where are we? Yeah, I have like this thing here, which is not lava, it's just kind of like whatever. Yeah, I'll make a cool lava shader, or I'll check out the one on the asset store too. I am not against getting stuff on the asset store. If someone's already done an amazing job on something and it suits your game, why not? You know, no point redoing every single thing. Everything looks amazing. Oh, thanks, Average Gamer. Really appreciate it. Oh, that's right. It was a poison shader. And you did, yeah, okay, I do remember that. Whoa, maybe I should check that out. Recreate it for this game. Can't wait for that game to come out. We worked a little bit on Gunhead. If you guys aren't familiar, there's a company in Toronto called Alien Trap, and they put out a game a couple of years ago now, I guess, called Cryptarch. It was like a roguelike space shooter type game. I don't know what you want to call it. But they're working on a sequel, and their sequel is called Gunhead, and it's kind of cool. They went from being a 2D roguelike to a 3D roguelike, so they're kind of going like full swing on the art style, and they needed some help with their environment art, so they got us to jump in there for a little bit, and we kind of did it in the same fashion as this, where we made a kit of assets of like plates and pipes and things like that. And then all of us kind of jumped in and just made levels. Primarily Mark. Mark made like 5 billion levels for that game. LV 2019 Lava and Volcano Environment. Cool. Let's check that out. Always down for people's sweet lava. There's some like really amazing assets on the asset store. Now the only problem I have with asset store stuff, and this isn't anything about the asset store, is, well, I mean, maybe it is, but we're using HDRP, so not a lot of stuff is supported by, or like doesn't support HDRP yet. These guys support everything. Cool. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh man, yeah, that's some crazy lava, eh? Whoa. Yeah, this is awesome. Cool. I'll definitely check this out some more. But it looks incredible. For anybody that wants to check it out. Yeah, look at this lava. This is crazy looking. Oh, you get magma and stuff too? Sweet. Oh yeah. Cool. Cool. Definitely check that out later. So many levels, yeah. Yeah, for sure too, Mark. But yeah, Mark made a ton of levels. Yeah, if you guys ever get a chance, Gunhead should be coming out soonish, I think. I don't remember. I haven't talked to them in a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be much longer, so I'm going to fix this up because it doesn't actually, I think this track still curves a little bit at the start here, so it doesn't quite line up, but that's okay. I'll use the spline smusher thing to make it work. Oh, sweet. Cool. Thanks for sharing that, Mark. Yeah, that's awesome. Go ahead. Do they have our levels on there? I don't know if they've updated their Steam page. Sorry, little side quest here. Kind of has to do with Pixelmons. 2022. I think this is still their old levels. Maybe, but anyways, yeah. This is the game. If you oh, I'm not gonna play that whole thing on there for you. But yeah, really cool. We did yeah, we did a bunch of levels for them, and just the art. Like they did all the design and stuff. They gave us a bunch of white boxes, so we're not like we didn't do any of that cool stuff. But anyways, yeah. Okay. So let's get this ramp here. Yeah, so this is the ramp. It's literally just a box right now. It's not anything. Let me just copy and paste the transform here because that's how it comes out. Oh yeah, that's like really snugly in there, eh? Okay. I'm gonna have to kind of rethink this track part here a little bit. Maybe I can put a gap in this track and then actually like model like a little groove or something like that, but then keep the collision over the top. Oh, no, it's all good. I love distractions, Mark. Especially when it's about stuff we worked on.
And his name is John C.
Oh my God, amazing. Thank you, Mark. It's so loud. It's so loud. Oh my God. I set up these sounds for this damn Twitch channel and it's just so loud. Oh my God. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, you had to get me back. We have a couple. We have the Shia LaBeouf one too. And I made them kind of expensive so people don't try and spend their bits too much on it. But anyways, we were doing a team stream a couple weeks ago, and Mark and Angie were talking about something, and I was having a bad day because my stuff wasn't running, and it was just a stupid day for me. But anyways, I was just kind of tired and frustrated, and then we were streaming for a little while already, and then things were kind of quiet, and Mark and Angie were talking, and I ended up logging in as my personal account and then buying the stupid John Cena sound. And nobody had ever bought it before, so I didn't realize it was like 100,000 decibel levels above what everything else sounds like in the stream. And it just scared the crap out of me, and I couldn't stop laughing. It's so stupid. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna leave this alone for now because I need to rethink the situation here a little bit, and it's not something that's super fun to watch right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this track and I'm gonna stop it here and restart it here. I'm actually gonna break it up into pieces, or at least hide the geometry in there. Which I might be able to do, I don't know. Oh yeah, this track starts here, so I'll just make like a little short snippets here. And then redo that. Well, I was gonna say I'm not gonna do this on the track, but let's do that one. Keep it. Oh yeah, no, I am definitely keeping it. I'm not getting rid of it. It's terrifying. Do you ever get that where you just laugh about the dumbest thing ever? Especially when you're tired or you're having a bad day. My God. I watch the clip later too to show my wife, because she's like, what was happening downstairs? You guys were laughing. And I was like, no, it was just me. I was just dumb. And it was just one of those days, you know? Nothing brightens up your day like a good John Cena scream. Whatever his thing is called. Oh yeah, can't actually rotate it. Okay. Okay, so the one problem with what I'm doing right now is now there's an actual gap in the track, so there's no collision over here. So if somebody misses a ramp, they're just going to fall into the abyss. So I'm going to have to put a little invisible collision under here, which is fine. There's nothing, you know, no problems with that. It's just, you know, it's a little crazy. Okay. So yeah, these things are going to be moving across like this. So this feels a little better already. And I can still have the collision kind of intersect this, but people don't have to see that. And again, we'll have better ramps at some point too. So, and yeah, I need a little timeline or animation of this stuff too. So, luckily timelines can loop as well, so that's cool. Okay. So yeah, let's do. No, these guys were back here. I'm going to do something else for those ones. Let me see. How's it going, Mark Game Dev, by the way? I was talking about you just a little while ago. Just telling them about the sweet stuff you're doing with the bumper stars mode, and Mark was working on some new stuff on his last stream about to fix situations where you get like knocked off the screen too quickly, because it can happen where you can get knocked off like really quick, and it's not super fun. So he's been working on some cool ideas for getting you back into the action and playing and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out. Friggin' John Cena. I don't even watch wrestling. I know him more from his weird ass movies that he makes than from anything else. What was the last movie he was in that I was just watching the other day? Oh, I didn't watch the movie, but he's in the Suicide Squad. The trailer for that came out the other day, so I was like, oh yeah, John Cena. I like how wrestlers just like started saying like, yeah, you know what, we're just gonna be big movie stars, because we know we can't wrestle forever. It'll just destroy you. And I think The Rock just set like a good precedent for the type of person to be. That sounds like a great day. Making some tacos. That does sound like a good day. That's a good idea. I haven't had tacos in a long time. We talked about that a little while ago, about making some tacos, but we never did it. Okay, so yeah, we got a little stripey here. Okay, so then let's take this road and let's duplicate it and continue it for the second section here. Okay. Now I'm going to duplicate. I'm just going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to duplicate what's going on over here too. Thinking. I'll be streaming around 3.5 hours. Excited to get back to my schedule. Yes, I know, that's nice, eh? What are you playing today, Average Gamer? Last time I checked in, I think you were playing Galactic, right? Deep Rock Galactic? That looks pretty awesome. Okay, this thing's really bugging me, so let me just... is this the spline positioner? Where's the spline extruder thing? Let me just get this. Apologize, this just is really bugging me, so I want to do the real one. I guess it's just this one. This is fine. I'll just duplicate this thing here. Today we're going a little AAA and doing a little Monster. Oh, that's right. That's what I watched. Yes, it was Monster Hunter. I watched you play last time, not Deep Rock. I forgot. I was only there for like a super short amount of time with Monster Hunter Rise. That's why I forgot. That's cool. Okay, let me switch this here. Yeah, you've been saying it. I've had a bunch of other people tell me to play too. Pixelon's Chris, who co-founded the company with me. I remember him asking me like a little while ago, like, "Hey, dude, you need to come play this with me," and I never did because I don't know, it's what I do. But yeah, it definitely seems awesome. Yeah, we could do that. That works. If I make this long enough, then those things won't become an issue. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, why did I model this thing like this? It's not very helpful to me right now. 1.98. There you go. I should play that song. My friends seem to be in love with it. Deep Rock. We should have a little cross stream adventure. They tell you not to cross the streams, but in this case, we're crossing them. Yeah, we should definitely do that. How many people can you play with? Like, what's the deal? What's the deal with Deep Rock? Bum, bum. And if someone asks if you're good, you say yes. Or God, you say yes. You know, I never actually got a chance to play that Ghostbusters game that everybody like loved a little while ago, like a decade ago probably when it came out. I think they re-released it recently for the Switch or something. 4 people for DRG. 4 classes to play as well. Gunner Driller, cool. Is did I ask you this already? But do you like carry stats over, or is it like a full roguelike where you lose all your stuff if you die? Or you like leveling? I think I asked you this already, but I don't remember. Okay, this is feeling a little better. A little bit happier with this. Alright, so we have a track. I gotta animate these things still going across and get rid of my spawners. But I'm feeling better about this. This plasma stuff is over here. We got a big old track for it. I might remodel this track, make like a version that's like has like thinner edges because I scaled this up quite a bit. Now you carry over the level and characters and unlock new gear weapons. Oh, that's cool. Sweet. Cool. That's awesome. Deep Rock. Oh, I probably own it. You know, I was like, oh, I should buy it. And I'm like, you know what? I probably have it. Like every other game. Every game somebody tells me to play, I'm like, yeah, I should definitely pick it up. I've owned it for like a decade and just never play it. Because that's how the games industry is now. You know, even when you're making a game and you're like starting to market it, the goal isn't to get people to play your game. The goal is to just, how do you advertise saying, you should buy my game even if it sits in your inventory for the next 2 decades, but you should still buy it. That's what you're trying to do now. Just trying to convince people to waste their money even if they never intend to play your game. A lot of little fine movements today here on the stream. Just trying to, you know, position little things here and there. Word of mouth, baby. Yeah, seriously. That's the goal. That's what we're trying to do with this shenanigans here. Is just been streaming it early and talking about it. You know, since early development, just trying to get people to be able to talk about it when it finally comes out. Because yeah, that's all you could really do, right? Just get some word of mouth going and hope it sticks. Try and, you know, among us out of this situation just 20 years later, and then bam, everybody loves your game. Obviously not very ideal for us, but that's awesome. Yeah, I think it'll be fun, honestly. And like even though we've been streaming and stuff, and like when we were doing our beta, that was one of my like favorite times too. Is like being able to play with other people while you're streaming it as a dev, and obviously as like, you know, as you as like a entertainment streamer. That's kind of cool. Like there's a few people I've been watching recently, and they play things like Fall Guys and stuff, and they like invite their audience to like play with them, and then once in a while they get matched up in a game with someone that's watching them, which is kind of happened to us when we were doing that. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. You're just like, oh, we're in the same game. Oh, is that you? And then, you know, you can either like root for the person if you die, or if you kill them, then it's, you know, then that's like a whole other thing too. You can kind of talk about, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. You know, not something we ever had with Lost Orbit, it being like a single player game. So it's kind of a cool experience I think we're going to have with watching people, you know, do that with the game. So all right. Okay, one more over here. That's our last one. Sweet. Oops, too far. Oh, God. Okay, there it is. Whew, that went really far. Okay, let's just do this calmly here. Sometimes moving these things is a bit of a pain in the butt, but again, it's worth it. It's worth it. You exchange one pain in the butt thing for saving you from doing a different pain in the butt thing, and it's just, you know, which pain in the butt are you willing to tolerate is the big question. All right, so now we have this track here, and we're gonna butt it up over here, and then we can duplicate it and out of here. The nice thing about breaking up your track like this too is it's good for performance, because I mean, there's pretty simple meshes, but you can at least have you know, parts that are the track that'll like call away and not be rendered and stuff like that, because it's one big track. It's always going to be rendered if the camera's touching even a little bit. Okay, so we have this, and this is feeling pretty good, and we have one over here, and we're gonna move this one. Squeeze me. Oh, this one's just a positioner. All right, all right, all right. Okay, these are lined up nicely with the Dougs. All right, sweet, perfect, perfect. Looking good. Oh, I don't even know if these bouncers are really necessary, but I'll find a good use for them. Maybe I could split that up in half or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find something fun to do with them. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good. I will animate this probably like off screen sometime, because it's not a very fun thing to watch for the most part. But well, we'll see. We'll see what kind of time we have today. All right, let's do a little save here. A little coffee drink. We'll get back on there. Bum, bum, bum. All right, cool. So yeah, we have these big tubes. We're going to do something in here to cover this up. I have this idea. Well, Pixelance Vince actually had this idea for our other level to make this shader that we could put on a cylinder that will do like a depth kind of fade, like local fog kind of thing. It might not be necessary because you don't really see it, but you know, might do it anyways for like replays and stuff if there's like a cool replay or something. Don't want to you know, make people miss that kind of thing. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good. Let's put some decals down on here to kind of finish this off, this area before. Oh god, let's go over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring over a couple of these decals over because I don't feel like remaking them. Okay, and then probably one of these. All right, so where are we here? Okay, so I have two types of decals that I like to use. One is blue decals that just signify good times, and then some red decals, or yellow decals, sorry, to signify dangerous times. So I'm going to throw in some just regular blue old decals to start here. Might even throw one back here too. Since this little section ends over here, I might throw in something kind of fun. Let's do, oh yeah, what are my arrows? I have just these arrows, I guess. Yeah, sometimes, you know, all you need is a good arrow. And anytime I do an arrow, I like to have many arrows. Because why not? Why don't we do something fun with these ones here and shrink them down a little bit. So let's do 2.8. Oh, it's this one here. 0.9 even. Let's do 0.8. Okay, I'll duplicate it again. And this time we'll do like a 0.6. Just kind of shrink it down a little bit like that. There we go. Just, you know, little something there. So you come out of here, you get a little bit of that. That's pretty good. And then I'm going to duplicate this over here too. And replace this with, instead of the chevrons. Oh, where's my numbers? Why can't I see those? So I'm going to replace these numbers with like a texture where I have lots of different numbers and I can kind of label different areas, some fun things. It's not really important at all, but I think it'll be fun. Yeah, let's throw this off center a little and then expand this a little bit over here. Maybe shrink it down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Some numbers over here, and where did my hazardy things go? Oh, I like duplicated those things and totally forgot about them. Oops. What were those things called? Oh, is that you? Yes, it is you. I just kind of duplicated these things and forgot they even existed, so. I do not want those things sneaking up on me later. Oh my god, I am upside down or something. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so I have these little hazard dudes here. I might throw them in here just to start signaling that this is an upcoming hazard area. Oh, let me just rotate around here. Yeesh. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then let's get duplicate this thing again. And let's throw it over here. And I think I'm going to get some other arrows. Which ones haven't I used for a while? Oh, these are going to be cautionary arrows. So let me throw this one in here. And this is just metal for now. I'm not actually keeping these as multi-subs, but just for now it's fine. Okay. Let's do like a 4. And let's do 2 of these, just kind of side by side. There we go. Some caution arrows. It's already pretty lightly, but I kind of like this. These things are kind of pointing at these arrows. Maybe I need to adjust these a little bit just so they're centered a little bit more. And minus 4.5. Cool, thanks again for everybody hanging out with me today. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Always nice, even if you're just working and listening to me blabber about stuff. Still nice. If you want to talk about anything you're working on, I'm happy to hear about that too. So if you ever want to ask for how to do something, not that I'm a Unity expert or anything, but you know, I'm sure I can help with a couple things. fish. That's pretty cool. Okay, actually, I do have a different version of this mesh here. Okay, I picked the wrong one. This one is this one. I have this one here, which actually has an outline. Oh god, too many. Why aren't you doing this? 3? No. Oh, did you not swap my materials? Oh, no, you did. Oh, maybe these ones don't have outlines. Oh, I guess not. My bad. I thought they did. Some of mine, like these arrows, have outlines. I might do outlines for these later on, but for now, I guess it's fine. Okay, then we have our dugs over here. So typically for my dugs, I kind of do, I don't do a stripy base for them just because it's a little too busy. It might be okay in this situation. I don't know why, but let me see here. Oops. Let's see, do I like this now? See, I don't really like them just crisscrossing on this stuff. I just don't think it looks good. So usually what I do is I just add like a base, just black base to them. Either this one or like a fancy one, it doesn't really matter. And then I will put hazard stripes kind of like around them, just be like, hey, don't go in this area. This is where you're gonna get thwomped. So if you don't want a thwomping, don't come for a thwomping. What do you use for your Unity network solution? Excuse me, we're using Photon right now, if that's what you're asking, for like multiplayer. Yeah, it was our first time kind of jumping into multiplayer stuff, so Photon was highly recommended, and you know, a lot of people were using it, so we decided to give that a try, and I think a lot of it went really well. There's obviously stuff that is still kind of cumbersome and whatnot. I don't know, maybe we should have used like Unity's new built-in one. Apparently that's pretty good too, but I don't know. And then, I don't know, but then people are telling me Unreal just has like a lot of this stuff like built in and it works really well. So I'm just like, oh, maybe we should have researched the engine a little bit more. We were kind of just gung-ho on Unity because it's what we've been using for a long time. So I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So when this game first started, not that long ago, like a year and a little bit ago, we actually had somebody tell us that they really liked Lost Orbit, and they thought they would like to see, like they thought it would be great to see a more family-friendly and multiplayer version of it. So that's kind of why we started even making this game, is because we had the potential to have like a pretty good partner to team up with. But that didn't end up working out, so then we're like, well, I guess we're making this game now because we got funding and stuff for it from the Ontario government. Oh, what is happening here? So anyways, not that we didn't want to make this game, but it was just kind of like a different situation of why we started making this. So anyways, when it first started off, we actually weren't going to do multiplayer or online multiplayer at all, just based on the kind of technical requirements of our potential partner in the first place. But then that kind of fell through because of COVID and then various other reasons. So then when we started doing this on our own, we were just like, oh man, we should definitely do multiplayer, especially because of COVID too. We're just like, well, couch multiplayer is probably not going to do very great during a pandemic. So then we decided that, yeah, that's probably something we should tackle. So then we jumped into Photon and all that. So I'm thinking of doing a demo in Unity and then building it in Unreal because of the networking. Yeah, no, from what I've been hearing recently, I don't think that's a terrible idea, because from what I've heard, and again, I have no experience in it whatsoever because I haven't used Unreal in a very long time. And especially for networking stuff, I haven't used it personally. So I've heard it's great. Like, I've heard the pipeline and stuff is quite good for it. So if you're going to do that, I would definitely love to hear your experience and you know, and all that on it, because yeah, you know, might be something interesting. So we are thinking of using Unreal for our next project too. That's been kind of a talk of the town in the studio. Because I know the next project we want to do is a little bit more artsy, and we feel we can kind of utilize Unreal really well, and it would kind of sync up with our team quite nicely. So, but yeah, again, if you're going to do that, I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and your experience on how that goes and whatnot. So. Okay. Oh, there we go. Add a little triangle in front of my Dougs here. Dots in Unity doesn't seem to be coming in a while. It doesn't seem into their performance. So yeah, I agree. And yes, big time. To try and get something to look good in Unity is definitely a lot more of a struggle than it is in Unreal. That's for sure. That's kind of why we were thinking of it for our next game too. Just, you know, having to fight the graphics a little bit less, and Blueprint is amazing and all that. So I mean, really the only thing that's ever kept, I think, a lot of people away from Unreal is, one, the revenue share from way back when, and then two is it wasn't like super indie friendly for a while, I guess, just because I mean, C++ is a little scarier, and it was just kind of a beast, right? So I don't know, but I mean, I love Unreal. That's all we used at Silicon Knights for a long time before stuff went down. But anyways. Yeah, so I don't know. And Unreal, yeah, it just looks really good, and I don't know, it just seems like a good place to be. So I definitely think we're going to try it out next time. Not that we don't love Unity, don't get me wrong. We've been using Unity for 10 years, and we love it. But, you know, as we're kind of growing and all that, you know, it might be time to switch and do something else. But, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, definitely, again, I definitely, you know, wish we thought about networking a little bit earlier, and then maybe thought about switching to Unreal right off the bat, but it's easy to say after the fact, right? You know, not that I'm disappointed with our decision at all. I mean, our team has been doing a great job getting it all up and running, and it still looks pretty decent, you know. So it's not like I regret any decisions here. Yeah, it's a big Y engine. Yeah, totally. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, we got a little bit of that. We got some more. Got some more of these arrows going over here. yeah, what's it called? Yeah, I know switching over from like C# to C++ isn't like a gigantic deal either, so it just takes time. I know, like, we talked to our programmers about it, and they haven't really like done a ton of C++, and we're like, is this like a deal breaker for you guys? And they're just like, no, it'd be kind of exciting to learn something new and stuff too. But and with Photon for us, like, Photon's been pretty good, and apparently they have some really cool solutions coming out with some of their new updates and stuff like that that are supposedly really good, and like more impressive, but yeah, I don't know, probably not as good as what Unreal has. I mean, Unreal's just been around for so long, right? Like, how can you compete with an engine that's been around for, you know, like a ton of years, and you know, just has the years of development on it. Like, it's you know, it doesn't really matter how many people Unity hires if, you know, Unreal's just gonna, they just have that legacy there. They have the experience, you know. They have the Fortnite money too, so if they want to do something crazy, they can. I always respect Epic because they kind of do the same thing over and over. Like, they put out a game, and then they kind of make their engine to work for that game, and then that game ends up becoming huge. I mean, nothing's as huge as Fortnite, I guess, but they did that with Gears of War, right? Like all the old Unreal stuff was really built for Gears of War, and I mean, that was the big beef over at Silicon Knights too, right? That you know, it was a little too obvious that everything was built around Gears, but anyways, it seems to work quite well for them. And the nice thing is, like, they've been kind of paying it back to the developers too, right? Like, they're taking down their rates a lot, and, you know, doing a lot of cool stuff, and yeah, trying to fight Steam to not be the only to have like a monopoly on PC gaming and stuff too, which I know people poop on Epic for a lot, but I think it's also a good thing. So but yeah, definitely, once you guys do that, please let me know how it goes. Very, very fascinated to hear about it. Not that we're going to switch this game over to Unreal at this point, because, you know, we're going to be launching soonish, but, and I don't know if I really want to do another online game unless this game does really well, but if we do, it'd be good to know how other people's experiences, you know, went with using all that stuff. So yes, they are also taking on Apple, which is pretty great. I mean, some of their stuff is, you know, you can make arguments for either or. Like, Apple made their store and they have their user base. They have the right to charge money for it. It's the same thing that, you know, Epic does and Steam does. So it's not like it's any different. Just because Epic makes a ton of money with their game and they don't like losing out on the profits for having it on Apple. And I guess they can argue that potentially, you know, Fortnite would do well on any store regardless of whatever, but Apple still put that infrastructure in there and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. There's always an argument for either side, I guess, but I'm not a big Apple fan, so I'm fine with them taking on Apple. Plus, they added the Stonks Man into Fortnite, so I mean, you can't really be mad at anybody that does that. I like that everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke, and Epic's like, nah, he's in there. Was his name like Joe Diamond or something like that? Pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. But is it really a monopoly if you like, if you like, if it's your market? Like, it's their stores, right? Like, they make the phones, they have the stores. Like, if I own Ford, and people that buy Ford cars have to use my Ford radio or tires or something, do I have a monopoly over Ford cars? I mean, I do, but I mean, I also kind of made the market, so I should have it. It's not like Apple has, a monopoly over the phone market, right? Like if Epic doesn't want to be on Apple, they just don't have to be on Apple, right? So, like I kind of get both sides. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I get that Apple is very controlling of their market and not very friendly with it in many regards. So I'm not like defending them, but I also understand their point of view, right? Like they spend a lot of time and money making that market. So is it right for people to be able to manage them? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I think, yeah, exactly. It hasn't really been like, yeah, it hasn't really happened before, right? Where like most other entities in the world exist within just a global market of life, right? It's not like, yeah, they didn't like create their own like reality, really. That's kind of what it's like, right? I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting. When should a government step in to regulate stuff like that? I mean, to be fair, the thing that I hate the most here in Canada is kind of the same situation, which is Bell. Bell here in Canada is our telecommunications company. They physically laid down like all the DSL networks in Canada and like own them all. And so they like made that market, and basically there is no other competitor in Canada as far as like internet goes over DSL anyways, because like if anybody wants to use their lines, they have to buy them or rent them from Bell, which then happens, and then people can sell it at a cheaper rate because whatever, they don't have to make as much profit as Bell does, and yada da da da. But in theory, like Bell made those lines and laid them down, so should they be punished for that? In that case, yeah. I definitely think the government needs to come in and like regulate it because the even though they own the lines, it's like access to the internet kind of needs to be regulated in the sense of everybody needs to be able to go on the internet, and you can't have a company be able to like control it because it's like a necessity now. But also, I get Bell's point of view where they're just like, well, we own this stuff, so like, why shouldn't we get to charge what we want for it? But they also suck, so I'm not going to actually defend them. Anyways, yeah, the world's weird sometimes with stuff like that. Because, yeah, sometimes we don't have precedent for these weird situations. Oh, this is kind of a cool little shape I made here, kind of like that. So kind of telling you to stay away from the edges here, but we have these items. I might actually move these up a little bit just because they're feeling a little congested. Anyways, and then yeah, nobody wants to come into Canada and like lay down new lines across Canada because it's so expensive, and we don't have that many like people in our population. So, yeah, I could do something else here. Maybe some other lines or arrows or something. But this is probably fine. Doesn't need to be crazy everywhere. Possibly hit Control D, which was to duplicate something. Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Ethan. Yeah, no, net neutrality is like a whole other thing that I think Canada is doing very poorly at. But I know it's a scary thing for like governments and stuff and some businesses, but yeah, it definitely needs some serious talking about, because we can get into a pretty scary place, right? Where all of a sudden, you know, the government could just be like, well, whatever, people could charge what they want for accessing a website, or throttle you for visiting something. And maybe they throttle you for visiting something they just don't agree with, right? And if it's just like political views or moral views or something like that, right? You know, if our government was like super religious and they didn't want you to look at other religions or Google something, then they could just stop you from doing that, or look at world news, or, you know, research medical stuff or whatever, right? It'd be crazy. Oh man, hey, thanks Alex. How's it going? Thanks for raiding. Hi everybody. That's awesome. Oh Dad. I almost spilt out my coffee. Luckily I was done. And I smashed my elbow. But still worth it for the raid. Cool. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Always good to see a fellow Alex in the chat. You know, when I was growing up, nobody was named Alex. I knew like 2 Alexes my whole childhood. And then I started teaching, and like, you know, half my students are called Alex, or some sort of various versions of that name. So on your Nintendo, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Definitely would love to have it on the Switch. We put our last game up on the Switch, so it's definitely possible. I'm gonna put it out on PC, see how it does. And then we'll get it up on the Nintendos. Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I've never actually made a game for the Nintendo Wii. That was like a little... well, I guess I used to work at a company called Silicon Knights, and one of the games we were working on, they did end up porting to the Wii, but I wasn't on that team, and I was happy not to be on that team because it sounded awful. It did not sound good having to optimize for the Wii. Yeah, pretty wild. You got like a fraction of the, you know, performance, kind of like budget and polygons and stuff. It was not a good day. My team was on the 360 at the time, and even that had its challenges, so. Oh, really? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I was born in 1983, so I don't know, that year I guess was just not very popular for Alexes, or around that time. Yeah, I had one girl in my high school called Alex, and then I think that was it. And by the time I got to college, we had like 2 other Alexes, and that was it. Hey, thank you very much. That's awesome. That was the last millennium. It was the last millennium. It definitely feels that way. Cool. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. It's awesome. Yeah, no, drop by anytime. 84, eh? Yeah, 83, 84. 1983 feels like a millennium ago, man. I'm telling you. I'm like almost a boomer. Or whatever a boomer is going to be later on. I think I'm still a millennial, though, right? I don't know if that counts. I never know what I am. I'm part of the surly generation, but definitely not part of the boomers. But I'll be the boomers by the time you guys are older. What was oh man, what was the other thing somebody was saying? I saw like a meme the other day, and it said like, what you think Mario was like 20 years ago, and they showed like regular Mario or Super Mario, and they're like, what Mario was actually like 20 years ago, and it was Mario Sunshine. And I was like, oh my god, that's so old. Did you? Yeah, I know, it's crazy, eh? There's like a bunch of stuff like just like, yeah, like the Matrix is from like 1999 or something crazy. It's like 22 years old or something. There's like a bunch of stuff. I remember my buddy Chris, who's from my year, who started the company with me. He was teaching at some point, he wasn't teaching. His wife was teaching. She's a high school teacher, and he went in there to just to do a talk, because they're all like, "Oh, your husband makes video games and stuff. That's cool." And so he brought up a Matrix reference, and one of the kids is like, "What the heck's the Matrix?" And he's like, it's not that old. He's like, it's this movie. He's like, oh yeah, I think my dad watched that once. Like, he just like really made him feel super old. It's pretty funny. Doesn't take much though. I also read or was listening to a funny thing the other day, speaking of like age. So they were saying that in the, like, we listen to like our society still listens to like music from the 90s as if it like isn't that old. Like, it's kind of still modern and people reference it a lot and stuff like that. Not really modern, but you know, it doesn't feel as old. And then they were like, that's like as if people in the 90s listen to like, I forgot what they said, like music from like 1960 something, as if it was kind of like still modern. Like the shift of like perspective of what we, like what music was like is different. And just time feels so much different than it was, right? Like by now 90s music should be considered like oldies or like classic rock kind of thing. But it's not. It's still kind of referred to as like, or like even 80s music still kind of referred to as like a generation ago. Yeah. I know, I'm so sorry. I'll stop talking. Yeah, no, it definitely hurts. I mean, I don't have a problem being old. I like the gray hair and stuff, but I don't know, sometimes you think about weird stuff like that. The weirdest is when you have family members, right, that get older. Like, I remember when my nephew became like 20, and I was like, oh my god. He's like graduating from college and stuff, and now like my other nieces who are much younger are like going to college next year, and it's like, oh my god, what is happening? What is even happening? Okay, so we're almost done here in this crazy section. Cool, you got raided. Wow. Second raid ever. Appreciate it. I know Alex said he left, but if any of his raid party is here, I appreciate the raid. If anybody is still here from that, this is Rocket Rumble. It's a game we've been working on for a little while. Still just working on some new tracks. This is just like a dev stream that I do a couple times a week. So if you like watching devs, you're in the right place. We have a bunch of us do streams, so we do like a team stream on Fridays on this channel. Pixelance Mark does a stream on here on Thursdays with programming, if you're programming thing. It's like the 90s when you saw people on TV that were in their 50s compared to they look like they were. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. There's something about the like our time frame now is, I don't know, like things age differently because time, like things change so fast now with technology or something. I don't know. Very strange. Very strange. I never really thought about it till they started talking about how we perceive music from the 80s and 90s still, and I'm like, oh yeah, like there's still like kids and stuff from this era, like these days, that are still like talking about, you know, grunge and Nirvana and the Foo Fighters and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, that's like classic rock now, man. What are you guys doing? All right. Okay, so we're finally out of this this crazy part. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I definitely still have to do the animation and the cool effect for these plasma tubes or whatever the hell they are. I'm going to keep this guy just off to the side here for now. But yeah, this will be kind of just moving along here on like a little conveyor belt. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could steal some of the conveyor belt meshes that we had in the previous section once we get those done, and maybe do like a conveyor belt under here or something. I don't know. We'll see. All right, and then we have this last crazy part, which is basically just a bunch of shenanigans. So what happens here is we're going to have a giant robot, like right up in here, and it's going to be moving this stuff left and like forward and back across the track for some damn reason. I don't know what his life is, what his life has become. It has no meaning, like most of us. And just moving things left and right and hoping things work out for the best. That's all I do. So not much different than that robot. just shifting things around, hoping somebody one day gives me money to do it. Yeah, I'm going to model these blocks as something eventually. They don't really have to be anything, just technology of some kind. Maybe have them connected in over the air, like they're all part of some sort of network. I don't know. I didn't really think this through. I just kind of wanted to make it fun and interesting without really considering what the heck this is. I could always just make the parts connected in little chunks, and then we could have different robots on either side, like going left and right and pushing and pulling or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what the heck's going on. Yeah, I could do something like that. Maybe just 2 robots is fine. But yeah, these things are probably just going to be some metal shenanigans that moves left and right. I'm going to have to adjust all these to kind of like fit within that. Yeah, again, I didn't really think this through. It doesn't really matter what the heck this stuff is. But yeah, maybe we'll do like little chunks like this. This doesn't have to be so dense. Oh god. Oh, auto count. Oh, does that like automatically adjust? Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was even an option. Maybe I did. Maybe I just didn't like how it looked in certain situations. Oh, that's cool. That little thing goes. That's sweet. If you can hear the screaming upstairs, I have 2 sons, and they're a little different ages, and my oldest one has just been giving my youngest one such crap for everything. He just loves to yell at him. Just tells him no for everything. The other guy's developing some sort of anxiety, I'm sure, from just being constantly yelled at. Okay, so yeah, we got this. This has an animation on it, so I'll show you. It's very simple. It's not a very complicated animation. It literally just goes forward and back. So I just need to have some sort of gaps for this to make sense. I'll build little tunnels or some crap over it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what it is, but yeah, we'll do something for that. Okay. Oh, goodness, my wife's definitely gonna need a break today. They've been a handful. If you don't like screaming in your house all the time, I don't recommend having children. I don't enjoy the screaming, but I do enjoy having kids. But definitely think about how it's going to affect your life. That being said, I did actually have a lot of time to play video games once we had kids. So if you need a good excuse to play more video games, having kids is actually pretty solid. Because, I don't know, when they're like little babies, there's not much to do. And you have to just spend a bunch of time with them. And they just sit around and you just got to hold them. Because if you don't, they cry or they just need to be burped or fed or something, some garbage. So you just spend a lot of time doing nothing. And it's pretty great. So, this is weird. So is it because it's the end of the track? Look, it's like making them longer and then shorter. I don't really like that. So for this one, oh yeah, look at that. That's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. Oh, you could do a place too? That's interesting. No, I don't want that. I want an extrude. Oh, I wonder why it's doing that. Huh. I'll have to figure that out. There must be some part of the spline or something. Oh, maybe it's got to be a different... Yeah, anyways, whatever. I'll figure that out later. That's not a big deal. Cool. Okay, so we have this little part here. We're going to get a big robot. Okay, I have some end caps for these too. So it's basically these, but a little different because I don't really... Well, I guess I could have the pipes going down in here. Yeah, that's probably easier. I'll just use the same thing. I was going to use the other ones, but these are fine. So, okay. So yeah, we have these. This looks fine. This track is, I guess, just going to end over here. which I guess is kind of cool. Maybe if players get pushed. Okay, so you know what? We did have a bit of an issue. So if you get nudged against the sides, sometimes you would just get caught. So maybe we just have them push you off to the side, off the screen. Because we do have that. Like if you do fall off the track, you just die. So maybe we could just kind of keep that in this section too. Because we have that over here in, over here with the pit. We have this one edge here that you could just fall off on. So maybe I'll just keep that on both sides. Okay, well let me duplicate this thing over. We could just use that as a thing. Oh. I really like how this looks. Sometimes Unity could just look really cool, you know? It's come a long way. We're using HDRP if you're a dev, and you're wondering. It's one of their rendering scriptable pipelines. Scriptable render pipelines. Sorry, I think I said that the other way. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so actually, yeah, I think I will switch these meshes out because this is just going to get a little harder to kind of convert over to the other thing. Spline end. Okay, so usually I actually do this the other way, but maybe I will do it this way. Yeah, usually I point these outwards. But maybe this could be a cool little bridge. A little tunnel to go under. As my son calls it, an under tunnel. Everything is an under tunnel. There can't just be tunnels. They are under tunnels. So yeah, we could have a little under tunnel over here. Oh yeah, I made that not selectable. Where are the pipes? Sorry. Tracks, obstacles. Oh, here we go. What's this one? Probably like a medium one. There we go. Whoop. Just gonna eyeball this for now. If it looks poopy, we can fix it later, but probably be fine. A little eyeballing never hurt anybody. Is that a statement? All right. All right, and then we could throw metal yellow on here. I don't know if this will look good. This might be a little too obtrusive. Maybe it'll block this too much. We'll see. We'll have to play test it. Maybe I'll hate it. Does that mean underpass? Yeah, it's kind of like an underpass. Yeah. Any tunnel he has, he just calls it under tunnel. I guess underpass is a thing. I never thought about that. But yeah, like if you're sitting in a chair, he asks you to put your legs up so you can make an under tunnel so he has somewhere to run to. I don't know. I don't get it. Toddlers are nonsense. It's amazing. The stuff he comes up with and the stuff he says. Utter craziness. Cool. Yeah, so then this part could be, you know, I could just probably put this all under here. Really no reason why I can't do this. Kind of a waste of geometry, but that's fine. Yeah, nobody will see the outside of it, so they'll just kind of see this. Cool. Yeah, that'll feel pretty good. yeah, kids are hilarious, though. Not to talk about my kids all the time, but I guess I am one of those parents now. His new favorite thing is if he has something that's like a rope or a string or something, it's a snail. Everything's a snail. Anything long, snail. If it drags, it's a snail. So he's just being a snail all the time. He's just like, hey, Dad, I'm being a snail. I'm like, okay, man. It's pretty funny. Okay, and then I have these things over here. Whoop. Don't know what these are called, so I'm just going to steal one from over here. Okay. I made these little, I don't know, whatever, clampy things with tubes on the side. They're just kind of like little end meshes. They're a little big. So maybe I'll just shrink them down for this side over here. Where's the scale? Oh yeah, they're like gigantic. There we go. Okay. Yeah, oh, that looks really weird up top. Are you just doing a weird thing? I think this is supposed to have a little base. Oh yeah, it does. Cool. Okay, and then I'll throw it on the other side. There we go. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Oh man, we've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I didn't even realize today. Goes by fast when you're placing decals and tiny little things all the time. Isn't work weird? Like, dev work is super weird. I mean, a lot of work is super weird, but like, I don't know, you just tend to like forget life is happening, and then it just goes, you know? It's crazy. Alright, so let's duplicate this guy. Boom. Some days my wife and like my toddler, like the little guy, not the toddler, the like baby, they'll like fall asleep on the couch together, and then they lose track of time, so nobody, like, I can't hear all this screaming and stuff upstairs. And oh, that's why this is a weird rotation. And then, so I don't have any like reference to what's happening upstairs, and then I don't look at a clock, and then all of a sudden it's like 7 or 8. And it's crazy. Like, before I had a family too, like if I was just living on my own, some days I would work till like late at night at the office or at home, and then at some point I'm just like, I'm really hungry, and then it's like, yeah dude, it's like midnight and you haven't gotten up since like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe you should move so you don't get a blood clot and die. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I know. I love it. It's just like this weird flow meditation zone you enter, and you forget life even like exists. Did you ever have like dev dreams after working for too long? Or like sometimes you do repetitive actions in like work, and they like creep into your dreams. I used to get dreams of unwrapping all the time. So when you texture something, you have to unwrap it for any non-dev peeps here. Which you have to like flatten out a mesh, kind of like imagine taking like a present that you have to wrap and like cutting it out before you wrap it into the perfect shape. Anyways, whatever. You have to do all this crazy stuff, and it's like super repetitive. And I used to just dream about it, like not that I was doing it, but I was like in the UV space, moving vertices around and like packing shapes into a quadrant and stuff like that. It was like super, super messed up. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I wish I could dream about new games. No, my dreams are usually like weird dev nightmares. Like my kids are still having a little bit of a chocolate high from yesterday. One of them had a hard crash yesterday after all the Easter chocolate shenanigans. He just was overstimulated, and it sounds like my other one is still he's having his crash today. He's also kind of going through like a, I don't know, like a douchebag kind of stage where he just doesn't listen very well, and he knows he can choose to ignore us sometimes, and then struggles ensue. If I have a programming problem that I can't solve, I usually think it out while I sleep. And I can be, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I definitely get that too. Like sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, why didn't I try doing this? Like sometimes, and that's like a good lesson, I guess, or point of advice for anybody getting into dev work. Sometimes you get into like a point where you're stuck on a problem and you just can't, and it could be like 3D or yeah, programming. Honestly, and usually you can't get it because you've been working for so long that your brain just refuses to try new things because, oh my goodness, just because it just doesn't want to anymore. So sometimes you just need to go for a walk. Like I used to do that around town all the time, just go for a coffee or just think about something else, and then your brain is just needs some time to not do things. Yeah, it's funny, you know. So sometimes like I really hate all-nighters and stuff like that, or like crunch periods. Crunch periods don't work because people become so less effective when they're super tired, that you're paying people like overtime sometimes to do work that's worse. So, oh, do you? Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, programming I think is a good thing for that, because sometimes you just need to like problem solve. Like, do you guys ever hear about the whole like cardboard programmer bit? I think Bungie used to do it all the time, or I think that's where I first heard from it. I don't know if they like invented it, but at Bungie they had, like, did you ever get a thing where you ask someone to come help you with a programming problem, you explain it to them, and by explaining it to them, you like solve the problem yourself, and then they just have to go back to their desk, which is like half the problem in programming, is like just saying your problem aloud again, which is kind of what sleep I think does too. But what the people at Bungie used to do is they had a big cardboard cutout of Master Chief, and so if you were having a problem, they would just bring you this cardboard cutout of Master Chief, and you would explain your problems to the chief, and then you would just, half the time you would be like, oh, that's what I didn't do, or whatever, right? So like, I'm not a programmer whatsoever, but sometimes when like some of the guys at work are having an issue or something, I'll just be like, okay, cool, explain it to me like I was a child. And sometimes just explaining it like helps, you know, because they like talk their way through it, and then like, even though I don't understand what the hell they're saying or what their actual problem is, you know, they do, and that's all that obviously really matters. So yeah, I don't know, game dev is weird that way. Okay, so I'm gonna decorate this last little area here. we're almost going to call it a day because I got to go help my wife soon because it sounds like she might lose her mind any minute now. Some days when you're just like with the kiddos all day and they're just nonstop giving you grief, there's only so much you can handle, you know. So sometimes we gotta tag in for each other and just be like, okay, just go have like a shower, go relax. Read something online that some offices gave programmers rubber bath ducks that they could sit talk to. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's funny, right? Sometimes, yeah, that's all it really takes is just saying your problem out loud. Honestly, and that's like not even like a game dev exclusive thing. That's like a life thing. There's like a, I don't know, problem solving, mental well-being technique of just writing down your issues. So like if you have a problem with someone or you're like mad at someone or I don't know, or like something's bugging you, sometimes like writing down your problem with them or an issue you're having or like saying it out loud is enough to like resolve any anger or frustration you have towards the situation, because saying it out loud like makes it real again and makes you kind of like think about it in a different way. And I feel that's like what the programmer, rubber ducky, cardboard programmer thing is too. You just like it just makes you say things out loud, right? Did you ever get like to a situation where you're like mad at someone because you like developed something crazy in your head, and then you like speak to them and you're like, and it went totally different because when you had to like actually face them, you're just like, oh, this is like a real human being. I don't want to say the things I was thinking to them because it's hurtful or now sounds dumb trying to say it in real life. And I feel that's like most of life's problems is like you work them out in your head as being bigger than they are, and then you try and talk them out, and then they become less crazy or less, you know, whatever, less difficult because you've brought them into the real world and out of your head, and sometimes that's all it takes. I get that a lot. I spend a lot of time in my head, so sometimes I get like really caught up in my head about situations and issues, and you're like doing a panic and freaking out about how somebody's going to react about something, and then you go to tell them, and then you're like, oh, this is not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? People are weird. People are very strange. And like the thing I've come to realize too is like, I don't know, everybody's kind of the same. Like we all go through this kind of stuff, right? And you kind of forget. Like you forget that everybody else is also a human being and is stuck in their mind most of the time and is also probably super conscious about some stupid thing that's going on in their head. And I don't know, you always think other people are different than you, but we're all just like this weird mushy blob of misunderstanding. It's weird. It's weird to know how like similar people are. Before I bring a problem into the real world, that I try and think of both sides. Yes, that usually helps a lot too, right? That's just empathy. I feel that's like a thing lacking in a lot of situations in the world these days, is like people actually thinking about a problem from other sides of the issue. Because you're right, most of the time that just resolves any anger, because you're just like, oh, this is also a person and they also have feelings or are upset about something. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Not to get super philosophical today, but I guess after almost 4 hours your brain starts doing weird things. But I don't know, strange. The brain is a strange place. So yeah, I kind of want to signal that this is like danger zone over here. But yeah, it's weird how like different the world is in your head versus like real life, eh? I always thought that was very interesting. Again, I'm a person that really lives in their head a lot and like too much, and yeah, I don't know, you kind of just forget sometimes. Okay, so for this instance, this thing travels left and right. Oh, there's two of them. Okay, so most of the time you're actually going to want to go down the center, so this is going to be a little different. I kind of want to make these things signal what I think you should do in this situation. So I think the best way to get through this particular situation is down the middle. Okay, so warn you there's lots of danger, and then kind of trying to guide you down the center here, which I guess this area over here feels a little too inviting, so maybe I'll push these off to the side. Yeah, maybe that will be better. -9. Yeah, kind of make this like a little landing area here in the middle. And this area is going to be safe, so I'm going to use some of these little breakers just to kind of denote this area. I like these little breaker things. They're just kind of whatever, random tech, but they're just a nice way of changing things up a little. Again, I think a big goal for racing games is to have the player fly or drive or whatever over stuff a lot. So then they feel like they're going faster than they actually are. Because, again, speed is relative, right? It only matters based on, what you're passing or shifting or whatever. So I think I want some of these arrows up here too, because I like them. Oh yeah, there's some situations going on upstairs. Did you guys watch those videos? This was like a long time ago, but whoa! Oh. I'm like, why is the track getting so small over here? My brain is just breaking. It's twisting, not getting smaller. Can you ever watch those videos from like a long time ago where what it would be like to do the things that children do as an adult, and how crazy it would seem? Like your friends want to go out with you, but and you're like whatever, like a 30-year-old, and you just refuse to put on your shoes or like get dressed, or like you just start throwing food at a restaurant because you think it's yucky. Do you remember those? Those were hilarious. After having kids, I'm just like, oh yeah, kids are they're kind of assholes. None of this stuff is socially acceptable in real life. We put up with it as children, or from children. Anyways, I don't remember what those videos were for. I think they were just like a Vine or something, whatever the hell was cool at the time. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess you're right. Adult temper tantrums do happen. Dude, those Karens are scary, right? It's like mind-blowing. You watch some of those videos and you're like, you're an adult. You're an adult. Like, there's people like licking glass and like just screaming and like, yeah, like flailing around like they just have no control over their physical being. Good call. I forgot. I kind of try not to think about the Karens too much, but you're totally right. I totally forgot about all that craziness. I couldn't imagine having an adult like temper tantrum. Oh, I'm saying that kind of Western-y or crazy. Yeah. Yeah, weird. I was at a Costco like last year or whatever it was in Mississauga with my mom before the pandemic, and I actually saw two people physically fight over a parking spot. Two adults, if that's what they're called. Yeah, just straight up fight over a parking spot. It was amazing. It's just like, dude, one of you just go park somewhere else. Who gives a crap? I mean, it's very upsetting when somebody's just a straight up asshole, but still, it's also just a parking spot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my share of like road rage. I understand car rage is straight up real. I like. Did you ever watch that video of the COVID Karens? But somebody put like zombie noises to them all. It was pretty awesome. Okay. Oh, we're so close. We're so close, but I think I'm going to call it quits soon. So I don't know if we're going to make it all the way to the end, but I'm going to try and finish this stuff tonight. And then on our Wednesday stream, I think we'll start replacing all these big boxes and stuff, all the final white box stuff. We'll get all that stuff out of the way. And then we'll start taking care of the rest. I would ask you guys if you want to do a raid, but everybody I follow isn't streaming right now, so I don't think I've ever raided anybody before with more than like one person. If anybody wants to recommend somebody to raid, I'm more than happy to do that too. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Very much appreciated. What do you guys think? This looking okay? Not that I'm not looking for, just compliments, but if there's anything that looks weird, let me know. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited to get these little parts fixed up with the ramps. I want to get some like real ramps too. I'm going to try and model those soon. Oh, and I can't wait for the real like robots to come in. I think it's going to give this area like a lot of personality. These guys are going to have like animations and stuff too, like going up and then like going down and making like faces, and then having like particles coming out and stuff too. I want particles for all these plasma beams too, like actually like moving and like little sparks coming up. I think that would be pretty awesome. So yeah, I think we still got lots of work to do on this level, but I think we're close. We're like probably like, a week away from this being, fairly done. I mean, I still have the beginning area to do, and I have some cool ideas for that we'll talk about soon, but I'm going to try and finish all this just regular decoration stuff, and then we could do some fun stuff. So if you don't remember what the beginning of this level looks like, you come out of this area here. It's like a little starting zone, and the track is like in midair, and it's just kind of floating around. So what I actually want to do is, number one, I got to decorate all this and make some better railings and stuff, which is kind of what we did today on the other side. But these little things and these things, I actually have some cool ideas. I concepted them out, but I have these like bridges that are going to be like suspending the track, and I'm going to build two like hover discs on either side that are going to have like jet engines on them that are going to be like holding the track up and just maybe like moving around a little bit. So yeah, I think the see-through track's cool. The other level that we have, the asteroid field, the entire track is see-through, and I actually might go in and polish that one up at some point and like cover some of it up, because I think it's a nice mix, right, to have like part see-through track, part non-see-through track. Obviously the see-through is like more performance intensive, but the game seems to be running pretty good, so I'm not overly concerned. We're doing some GPU instancing in this bad boy, so it's all running actually pretty sweet. But yeah, still lots of work to do. I'm probably going to outsource some of the textures and materials to some of the other people on the team. But yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, I think this part's starting to look pretty cool. Good little finish to the level here. So cool. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, thank you everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. get a 390 when it runs. Yeah, it's true. I've optimized this a lot better, so it will run a lot better. But I think right now it's running at like a good 50 or so on this machine, which isn't like super great. It runs a lot better than the beta ran, so I'm going to optimize the other track too for the next beta as well. So, and we'll probably have obviously we'll have quality settings by the time the game ships too. So if you don't have a really great machine, that's okay. We'll still make sure it runs fine. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, yes, yeah, it's a full open beta. We're going to be doing something a little bit different for the next round. Starting hopefully this month, that's the goal by the end of this month, is we're going to start doing like weekend betas. So fully open, they'll just be on Steam. You can just sign up like you did with the other one, but it will just automatically add you to it. And then we'll do like weekend betas. So like Friday to Sunday, we'll open it up. That way a lot more people can play at the same time. And because last time the beta was a little too long and some people tried playing on days other people weren't, and it was a little hard to get people, in sync. So this time I think it'll go a little better, and then we'll kind of do like a beta every like 2 or 3 weekends until early access release. That way we can get a lot of feedback from everybody about these levels, about the new items, about the new bumper stars mode. We got a lot of changes from the last beta, so it should be pretty cool to see what everybody thinks. A lot of stability things, local play as well, so you'll be able to just play the beta with like your friends or your family if they're at home with you. You'll be able to make Steam parties as well, so it should be pretty cool. But we're working pretty hard right now to make sure that we can get that in the next few weeks. So yeah, stay tuned. Join us on the team stream if you want to know more about the like specific overall game stuff. But anyways, thank you everybody again. So again, I'll be doing this on Wednesday. Probably around the same time. Oh, I have class, so it'll be at my usual time. I won't be able to do it earlier, but I'm gonna go see what's happening up there because it's starting to sound really crazy. So, thanks everybody. Catch you later. Have a good one. I should probably get my OBS to actually shut this off. Bye.